Good evening and welcome to Grizzly Stadium on the campus of Northwest High School in Wichita, where ESPN Wichita 92.3 is glad to bring you more playoff coverage of Northwest Grizzly football. Tonight, it's the state quarterfinals from Northwest as the Grizzlies of Northwest take on the Mustangs from Salina Central High School. Hello, everybody. My name is Steve Strain along with Kevin Arkin, and welcome into Grizzly football. This is our pregame show brought to you by HTO, right out in front of the Northwest campus. HTO with more than 25 flavors of sweet and unsweet tea. Stop by if you're heading out to the stadium, grab a tea and a snack and head on in. Or if you're in the neighborhood, just stop by, tell them you heard about them on Grizzly Radio. HTO sponsors your Grizzly pregame show. Game number 10 of the season has the Grizzlies coming in with an overall record of 7-2, as does Salina Central. Northwest coming off of a 63-0 victory over Valley Center last week. That's a Valley Center team, by the way, that Salina Central has also faced this season and beat them back in September 42-24. That game for Northwest, by the way, the second shutout the Grizzlies have pitched this season. They also had one in September over East by the score of 56-0, and it was just another typical Northwest offensive performance as the Grizzlies now are averaging 573 yards per contest, including 452 of that on the ground. And now L.J. Phillips, their top running back, has over 200 yards average per game, 203.9 to be exact, 1,835 rushing yards for him, and 25 touchdowns as the numbers just keep adding up. But Sincere Thompson is helping in the backfield, and of course Jeremiah Moore now well over 1,000 yards rushing on the season as well. At quarterback for Northwest, he is at 1,119. It's a Salina Central team that comes in as the number 5 seed in the Western bracket. The Grizzlies, of course, are the 4 seed. These two teams actually have two common opponents. Campus is the other, a team that Salina Central knocked off 44-6 in the first week of the season. Last week, Salina Central, to start the playoffs, knocked off Liberal 48-10. So it's the Grizzlies and Salina Central. The winner of this game will play either Mays South or Capon. That game taking place tonight over at Stryker Complex. We'll do our best to keep you posted on that one. And also Mays is taking on Bishop Carroll, and we'll be getting some scoring updates on that contest as well. Well, let's welcome in my broadcast partner, Kevin Arkin, who joins me here tonight. And Kevin, I think that what I expect to see tonight is probably a step up from what we've seen last week in the playoffs, what we saw from a lot of City League teams. I don't know that necessarily Salina Central is on the echelon of Northwest, Bishop Carroll, and Capon, but hey, it's November. Anything can happen. You can't, expect opponents going to come in and lay down. The Grizzlies are going to face a quality football team tonight.
And they're going to come in well prepared. This is a team that has won 7 games this year. They have the same record we do. Now, I don't know, you mentioned it, we don't know the level of competition on their schedule. They have no control over the schedule. All they can do is go out and play whoever it is they're supposed to play on any given week. They've won 7 times. They're 7-2, as is Northwest. They're going to give us a very tough game tonight, and their specialty is run defense. And that is directly against our strength, which is run offense. So it'll be interesting to see who wins that battle.
I mentioned moments ago, Northwest offensively averaging on the ground this season 452 yards per game. Well, Salina Central is giving up less than 100 yards per game on the ground, 95.1 to be exact. And here's a funny stat for you, Kevin. Total yards allowed rushing this season, 856. That's for the whole season. The Grizzlies average more than half that per game.
Exactly.
How about that?
Exactly. So that's what I'm saying. Their strength against our strength. We'll see who ends up winning out.
All right, we'll take a timeout. Northwest and Salina Central at the top of the hour. When we come back, Kevin had a chance to visit with head coach Steve Martin, so we'll hear that conversation during our HTO pregame show next. Stay tuned. It'll be a fun one at the top of the hour. The Grizzlies and Salina Central. Right now, a timeout, and then Kevin and Coach Martin. You're listening to Grizzly Football, presented by Mel Hamilton Ford.
Do you like heavy metal? Then come on down to the Gate Heavy Metal Record Store and pick up a variety of items they have, like records, CDs, shirts, jackets, magazines, and more. And don't be shy to go a little out of your comfort zone with their wide range of unique bands from all around. They even support records from local bands in town. So go by and say hi.
Banter Automotive is now open at Central and Mays. Come by or shop online and browse our inventory of quality pre-owned vehicles, cars, trucks, and SUVs. We have them all. Banter Automotive Group, now open at our new location just east of Central and Mays.
The HTO pregame show continues now with our weekly visit. Head coach Steve Martin, brought to you each and every week by Hog Wild Barbecue, 21st and Tyler. Don't be late. They close at 8. Coach, the first visit we had this year, one of the things that you said was talking about playing in November. Congratulations, you're playing in November.
Yeah, that's always the goal. The goal is to always enjoy November sunsets, and you want to be able to play because that means you're playing for something special. And, it's something that we've grown accustomed to is playing in deep November. And so, it's always your goal when you start out the season. You're always eyes always on the prize, and, we're fortunate to be in a situation where we still have that insight. So.
Let's look back just for a couple of minutes here at Valley Center. The first playoff game of the season, you had them at home, and very lopsided score. The team is really firing on all cylinders right now.
Yeah, I think if you go back and you look at some of the media outlets like the Vipe and the Eagle and stuff like that, people asked me what I thought, and I said, well, I don't know how this team's going to be in September, but this will be a tough team that you don't want to run into in November, and it'll look like a Grizzly team of old in November. And I think you're right. I think we're firing all cylinders. I think we're getting closer on defense to where we want to be, and we're getting people healthy, and when you get people healthy, you get them in the right spots. You got people not playing in different spots than what they're accustomed to, and right now, offensively with Jeremiah and Sincere and LJ, the three-headed monster back there is absolutely a nightmare, I got to imagine, for people to prepare for. But, when Jeremiah shows the arm ability that he did last week with Takari Brown and Michael Lopez, is that now people are going, okay, what do we do? And we can't just focus on the run game because we've shown now that we can stretch it. And so we're firing on all cylinders, and the kicking game's coming around, and we're excited going into tonight's game.
And not to look this far ahead, but Jeremiah is a senior, and you got a chance with the lopsided score to have Glasper come in for a few series, and he looked very good.
Yeah, it's a lot of this is, his first year with us at Northwest, and he came to us late in the summer, so he hasn't had an off season to get down the nuances, and you see him struggle with things at times, but the ceiling is very, very high for Jace. Jace is a tremendous athlete. He has a big arm to where, there might be more balls in the air around Northwest Stadium in the future, because Jace has a big-time arm. He's a big kid that can see over the line, and he can see some passing lanes. So, we're very excited about his upside.
Looking at tonight's game, we have Salina Central, and most of the folks out there know nothing about their program, about the school. What can you tell us?
Yeah, so we played them last year in the first round. Coach Sambo is a great coach. Coach Sambo's dad is a legendary high school coach out of Smoky Valley High School. So he's been around the game at a high level. His dad, I think, won a state title in 1996 or 94, if I'm not mistaken. But just he's been around the game. He worked out at Dodge City, under Coach Foster, who we've actually played when he was out there. So, there's a lot of familiarity in what he does and what they've done. Last year they were very young. They took their lumps. I think they were 1-8 last year. But they took their lumps, and they've grown up, and they got a lot of guys back this year. They were very young last year, and I would say probably 75% of those kids are back on this year's roster. And so you can tell they're a lot older because they're playing a lot different than they were last year. But, you're going to see the same style of offense, and you're going to see a mirror image of defense, a very aggressive defense. They're not very big, but they make up with that in a lot of attitude and hustle. So it'll be a good game tonight. It'll be fun.
Salina Central put up 42 points on Liberal last week, so they can put the ball across the goal line.
Yeah, they have no problem scoring. So it's something that, our defense is going to have to be awake tonight. They're going to have to be out there and doing their assignments, and they can't ad-lib and not be focused, because if so, they can put points up in a hurry just like we can.
You have a potential matchup next week with Capon. Should we advance, of course, we have to take care of business tonight. I know the kids have talked about wanting to play Capon again as a bit of a revenge game, but I know you've worked hard to keep them focused on the business at hand.
Yeah, absolutely. It's November. It's you got to worry about today. You got to worry about tomorrow, because it's not always given to you. So we got to take care of business tonight. And to be honest with you, Capon's got a tough game tonight with May South too. So there's not anyone saying that that's a for sure matchup, because you look at the 5A West side of the bracket and you look at the 5A East. The 5A, the gauntlet starts tonight for 5A West football. You got amazing games, and Hayes traveling to Andover. You got Bishop Carroll traveling to Mays. And so you got some big time matchups right now that are happening, and so it's interesting to see how it's all going to play out.
How's the injury situation for tonight?
Well, knock on wood, we're healthy. So as long as something crazy doesn't happen, we'll be all right. So, it's nice. We're finally clicking all those cylinders. We're getting guys back, other than the bumps and bruises that you got to fight through in November. Everybody else has them, and, we just got to fight through and trudge along. So, that was the one benefit of us getting banged up early and having some kids out early in those first 4 or 5 weeks, is that we've been able to create some depth. And so if something happens in a game, we can not panic. And, our kids are accustomed to that. This team has been young, and they're growing up fast, and they know what it takes. And so we're playing our best football when you need to be, and that's right now.
Weatherman's been awfully kind to us all year, and especially tonight. Game time temperature in the upper 50s and no rain, good weather. That should help us.
Yeah, I'll take that better than Tuesday. That's for sure. Cold and rainy. So, yeah, absolutely. The football guys are smiling at us, letting us have some good weather for a nice night of high school football.
Best of luck to you tonight against Salina Central. We'll look forward to a visit with you next week before our game against Capon or whomever it is.
Yep, sounds good, guys.
Head coach Steve Martin on the HTO pregame show, presented each and every week by Hog Wild Barbecue, 21st and Tyler. Don't be late. They close at 8. We're going to take a 2-minute timeout, and then we'll be back with more of the HTO pregame show. This is Grizzly Football, presented by Mel Hambledon Ford.
in Salina? He lives here. See if we get.
Welcome back to Grizzly Stadium. Northwest and Salina Central about 14 minutes away from doing business in the second round of the playoffs. I mentioned earlier this is the regional quarterfinal, or the state quarterfinal. That will be next week. And the winner of this game will play either Mays or Capon, that game being played out at Stryker Complex. So it'll be interesting to see. Of course, all eyes pointing towards a potential Northwest Capon rematch next week, but a lot of football left before we move on to that. All right, let's run down the starting lineups for tonight's game. Actually, first, tell you what, we're about to play the national anthem. Let's take another break, and then we'll come back and get the starting lineups taken care of. So let's take another timeout as our HTO pregame show rolls on. By the way, if you're heading out to the stadium, plenty of time to stop by HTO before kickoff and grab one of those delicious 25-plus flavors of sweet or unsweetened tea. Get a snack as well. If you're coming to the game, there's even time to run over to HTO at halftime. It is so close to Grizzly Stadium. But our HTO pregame show will pause and come back with our starting lineups in a moment. This is Grizzly football presented by Mel Hamilton Ford. Thank you.
Do you like heavy metal? Then come on down to the Gate Heavy Metal Record Store and pick up a variety of items they have, like records, CDs, shirts, jackets, magazines, and more. And don't be shy to go a little out of your comfort zone with their wide range of unique bands from all around. They even support records from local bands in town. So go by and say hi.
It might need to be longer than 2. I'll keep you posted. Okay.
They're starting it now.
How much left? How much is left? Yeah, we'll be fine. We'll be fine. Yeah, we'll be fine.
It's almost done.
Can you hear me okay? Huh. We'll be fine. We'll be fine. Anthem's over. Thanks.
Thank you. 30 seconds.
Welcome back to Grizzly Stadium. Northwest and Salina Central now under 10 minutes away from getting started to move on in the Class 5A Kansas State High School football playoffs. Let's run down the starting lineups now. Your starting lineups are brought to you by Pizza Ranch, where you can get the country's best chicken on the buffet or delivered to your door. Pizza Ranch at 21st and Tyler, sponsoring your Grizzly and Salina Central starting lineups that look like this. First, for the Northwest offense, we'll go to the line where Jacob Lamb and James Gilbertson are the tackles. Lamb, 6'3", 250, and a junior. Gilbertson, 6'4", 255. He's a senior. Kevon Stallings and Alex Herrera, the guards. Stallings, 6'3", 265, and a senior. Herrera, 6'2", 280. He's a junior. And Nathan Davis, the sophomore center, injured 2 weeks ago, back in the starting lineup tonight. 6 feet, 255 pounds. He's a sophomore. The receivers, Randall Bell, Michael Lopez, Takari Brown, and maybe some Trenton Salisbury as well. The leader of that bunch is Michael Lopez, 22 receptions, 404 yards, and 3 touchdowns on the season. He's 5'6", 112 pounds, and a junior. The running backs, Sincere Thompson will get some of the load tonight, 5'10", 205, and a sophomore. Just a shade over 1,000 yards rushing on the season at 112.3 per game. And L.J. Phillips, what a year the junior is having, 5'8", 200 pounds, 1,835 yards rushing, and 25 touchdowns on the season. The numbers are insane. 15.3 yards per carry, 203 yards per game. What numbers for the junior L.J. Phillips. And the quarterback Jeremiah Moore, not a bad year rushing for the senior QB, as he has rushed for 1,119 yards and 15 touchdowns on the season. He has now passed 1,000 yards passing this season, 58 of 98 for 1,067, 13 touchdowns, and still just 1 interception. Those are the starting lineups for the Grizzly offense. Now here's Kevin with the Salina Central defense.
Okay, and the Mustangs feature a 3-man front, starting out with Braden McKnight, a 6'3", 205-pound senior. Calvin Hemmer, 6'1", 230-pound senior. And the leading tackler up front with 57 tackles is Kason Graham, a 5'11", 210-pound senior. 4 linebackers across the way, Nick Clayton, 5'11", 200-pound senior with 47 tackles on the season. Trevin Cole, 45 tackles on the season. He's a 5'9", 175-pound junior. Dawson Hogan, 5'7", 150-pound junior. And then Brooks Richardson, 5'10", 190-pound junior. He is the leading tackler on this team with 60 tackles. Cornerbacks, Avery Wilson, 5'10", 175-pound junior, and Inavian Lewis, a 5'9", 157-pound senior, each with 1 interception. Your safeties, Jackson Coslow at 5'11", 175. He's a senior, and Mason Gary, 6 foot, 155-pound senior, and he has 43 tackles on the season.
All right, thank you very much, Kevin. Here's the Grizzly defense now. Of course, it's a familiar 3-5 look for Northwest defensively with Nate Carter and Caden Ross, the ends. Carter, 6'2", 245, and a senior. Ross, 6 feet, 220. He's a junior. Trey Birch is in the middle, 6 feet, 260 pounds. He is a sophomore. The linebackers, Zach Morford leading the team with 46 tackles this season, 5'10", 190 pounds. He is a senior. Damasio Sandoval on the other side, 5'11", 180. He's a junior. And the 2 in the middle, Jerome Reagan, 5'11", 220, and a senior. He missed the first few games of the season, yet he is second on the team with 43 tackles. And Darius Diaz, the middle linebacker, 5'11", 190. He is a senior. Jeremiah Harris and Dontrell Harris are the cornerbacks. Dontrell Harris is tied for the team high with 4 interceptions, along with safety Derek Robinson, who's 5'10", 165 pounds, and a senior. The other safety is Ben Heidebrecht, and that rounds out your Grizzly defense. Now here's Kevin with the Salina Central offense.
And up front for Salina Central at left tackle, Angel Luna, a 6'2", 266-pound senior. Left guard, Mason Clark, 5'11", 215 junior. The center, Sabian Mills, 5'11", 185-pound senior. At right guard is Caleb Marshall, 5'10", 255-pound junior. And at right tackle, Addison Brandstetter, 6'1", 240-pound sophomore, the youngest person on the front line. Your quarterback, Parker Kavanaugh, 5'10", 165-pound senior. Tailback, Kenyon McMillan, 5'7", 155-pound junior. And Micah Moore, 6'1", 220-pound senior. The wideouts, Hayden Vidrickson, 5'10", 155-pound senior. Logan Losey, 5'9", 170-pound senior. And Des Gibson, 6'1", 150-pound sophomore.
All right, thank you very much, Kevin. Your starting lineups once again brought to you by Pizza Ranch, where you can get the country's best chicken on the buffet or delivered to your door, 21st and Tyler. Kevin, that's where we partook in our pregame meal, and it was fantastic once again.
You can't get better chicken anywhere than you get up the street at Pizza Ranch.
Stroud's is another one of our sponsors, and I think that it's probably neck and neck, and that's not being politically correct.
I'm not sliding Stroud, and we have had our pregame meals at Stroud's too, and it's awfully good there too.
And probably we'll do that again at some point in the future. Grizzlies have run out to the sideline. We're moments away from our coin toss, brought to you by Phil's Coins. We're going to keep it right here since we took the extra break, and we'll go ahead and slide on in now to your keys to today's game. Your keys to the game brought to you by Central Auto Repair and Electric, where you can actually leave your keys with them while they give you a ride.
I've been on the road, I've been doing shows. Now we eating steak, remember sleeping on the floor. Stealing at the gas station when the time was cold. In the kitchen, hot still trying to flip it out the stove. Rocking fake J's, praying that nobody know. Watch them take my dog away, it was way too hard to stay composed. Fight to see the light of day, all this blood on my clothes. I was tired every day, green light, it's time to go. I don't wanna live life fast or die too young. Die too young. 100 miles per hour, I might crash, cause the good die young. Yeah, the good die young. Push it to the limit, I can't go no more. Red light, no way, I'm coming back home. Long dirt road, all on my own. I'ma be the greatest, write my name in the stone. Write my name in the stone. Yeah, I'm coming back home. Yeah, I'm coming back home. Write my name in the stone. Yeah, I'm coming back home. Yeah, I'm coming back home. Right back where I left because I know my people needed me. Diamond in the rough, I don't know what it is they see in me. Go down as a legend in my city, cause we beat the streets. Trying to spread the wealth around the block, no, I can't cool for me. Told me I should leave. I see the bigger picture, and it's way bigger than me. Can't be living like a king, but my people need to eat. If I got it, then you got it, we gon' get back on our feet. And I put it on me. I don't wanna live life fast or die too young. Or die too young. 100 miles per hour, might crash, cause good die young. Yeah, but here I come. Push it to the limit, I can't go no more. Red light, no way, I'm coming back home. Long dirt road, all on my own. I'ma be the greatest, write my name in the stone. Write my name in the stone. Yeah, I'm coming back home. Yeah, I'm coming back home. Write my name in the stone. Yeah, I'm coming back home. Yeah, I'm coming back home. I'm coming back home. I'm coming back home. Y'all coming back home. Y'all coming back home. I'm coming back home. Y'all coming back. Push it to the limit, I can't go no more. Red light.
Central. So Northwest will kick the football off first. The Grizzlies are in their home blue and maize. Blue jerseys, maize pants, blue and gold helmets as well. Gold numbers on those blue jerseys. Northwest from our right to left here in the first quarter. And Salina Central is in their road whites. White jerseys, white pants with maroon numerals. They've got a maroon helmet with a Mustang logo on the helmet as well, which is in silver. Kind of a neat metallic look for the Mustang logo. As we're about ready to go. Your first half kickoff brought to you by Jensen Chiropractic. Susan Jensen is across the street from Northwest High School, where she will do sports physicals for just $20. Jensen Chiropractic sponsors your first half kickoff. Kenyon McMillan is back deep for Salina Central. We expect to hear plenty of that name. He is also their starting tailback, and he's having a really nice season, as he has rushed for just over 1,000 yards on the season. We're about to find out his kick return prowess, except that Braden Sauter just punched that one well through the end zone. So maybe that south wind is blowing harder than what the flag looks like, because that's a touchback.
I don't mean to stump on you here, Steve, but Tyler Smalley was the one person who kicked off for Northwest that time.
Oh my, so no Sauter to kick it off. Thank you, Kevin, and that's interesting.
First time he's kicked off all year, and he puts it into the end zone.
I hadn't seen him all season at all, I don't believe. So it's 1st and 10 for Salina Central. From our left to right they go, starting this possession at their own 20-yard line. Parker Cavanaugh is the senior quarterback for Salina Central, and on the season 100 of 175 for just under 1,500 yards. He's going to hand it off to McMillan coming left. Nothing doing. Swarming are the Grizzlies to the football. Ben Heidebrecht was the first man there. He might get credit for the stop. It's a loss of a yard. It's 2nd and 11.
Great way to start defensively for Northwest, giving him a 2nd and long situation.
41st tackle of the season for Heidebrecht. That's good for 3rd on the team. Shotgun formation here for Cavanaugh. 2nd and 11. Quick drop, throws. Pass is going to be caught. Logan Losa, he's in the open field. 40, 45, 50, 40 to the 30, to the 20, 10, 5, and he's tracked down at the goal line, but he got there. Touchdown Salina Central from 81 yards on the 2nd play from scrimmage, and the Mustangs have grabbed a 6-0 lead.
81-yard pass play, and no one was going to catch Logan Losey after he caught the ball. He got behind everybody.
He was in the slot and ran a little post between the seam right down the center of the field. It was a quick drop by Cavanaugh. He dropped the pass right in there, and 81 yards later, 2 plays into the game, Salina Central is in the end zone, and now here's Aaron Price to attempt the extra point. Boy, he's got a good leg. Make note of that as he booms that one probably about 45 yards. 11:21 to go, first quarter. It's 7-0. Salina Central has grabbed the lead, and wow, barely folks have grabbed their popcorn and they've not even sat yet, and 7-0 Salina Central will stay right here.
That took all of 39 seconds off the clock, and Salina Central does what we want to do, and that is they got the big play early.
And Steve Martin, of course, deferred, as he often likes to do when he wins the coin toss. But the Grizzlies find themselves down 7-0, just over 30 seconds into the game.
And I think that's the first time all year that the other team has scored first, isn't it? Maybe I'm wrong on that.
Have to jog the memory pretty good. The Grizzlies have not trailed much this season. I know that. But Salina Central has drawn first blood here, 7-0. And now a kickoff will be a short little pooch kick. And it's going to be caught out at about the 30-yard line by one of the upmen for the Grizzlies. And Northwest will start with good starting field position. About 60 yards away from the Stroud's end zone. That might have been Randall Bell on that return.
It's Takari
Brown. Bell did not start at receiver last week. Kialis Miles did, and Bell is going to the sidelines now. So he is not starting at receiver again. Here come the Grizzlies. How will they respond by the early punch in the mouth issued by Salina Central? 1st and 10 for Northwest from their own 40-yard line. L.J. Phillips is the running back beside Jeremiah Moore, who's out of the shotgun. Moore takes the shotgun snap. He runs behind left guard. Good gain across the 40, 45, 50, and to the 49-yard line of Salina Central he goes. A pickup of 11. That'll move the chains. That's a Grizzly first down. Calvin Hemmer, defensive lineman, on the stop. 1st and 10 Grizzlies. Moore quickly gets the snap, hands it off Phillips right up the gut inside the 45. In fact, they'll say that's right where he was dropped for a gain of about 5 yards. It's 2nd down. Well, the official on the far side has the 45. The one on the near side has the 44. The ball is resting at the 45-yard line, so that's a gain of 4 yards. 2nd down and 6 Grizzlies. From our right to left they go, trailing 7-0. Sincere Thompson is the tailback, but Jeremiah Moore is going to take the snap and keep it himself around the left side inside the 40, near the line to gain. Looks like he might be about a yard shy, and that'll bring up 3rd and very short. Grizzlies quickly moving. Nick Clayton, linebacker, on the stop there. It's 3rd down and a yard from the Salina Central 40-yard line. So the Grizzlies 40 yards away from the Stroud's end zone. Stroud's the best pan-fried chicken in the state of Kansas. Grizzlies subbing here, getting a receiver out and an extra back in. So it's Phillips and Thompson in the backfield. This will be a handoff up the middle And it's going to be close to first down yardage, and we'll see if Sincere Thompson got it. It looks like both officials are saying the 39-yard line. I think he got it by a hair, but it'll depend on the spot. And it is fourth down, so he didn't get there. Brooks Richardson credit with the tackle, but it's fourth down and inches here for the Grizzlies. And Steve Martin has already said, let's go for it. Jeremiah Moore, shotgun on fourth down and inches. He's got the snap and he's back behind left guard. Shakes, bakes, breaks tackles inside the 30, down near the 25. They needed a couple of inches, and they ended up picking up more than 10, and the chains will move. First down for the Grizzlies. Boy, it's scary there when it's fourth down and inches and you get the shotgun snap 5 yards behind the line of scrimmage, but Moore fought through and got the first down. And now a whistle, and we're not quite ready to snap it again.
Moore gained 15 yards on that play by dodging 2 would-be tacklers.
Clock at 9:18, first quarter. Grizzlies down 7-0. But Jeremiah Moore, a fourth and inches run right there, puts the Grizzlies 25 yards away from the Stroud's end zone. And now with that delay ending, we'll start the clock, and here's the shotgun snap to Moore. Zone read, fakes the handoff, keeps it himself, and down he goes. Good defense that time for Salina Central as Jeremiah Moore could not find space. I think that was Nick Clayton on the stop, and maybe a gain of a yard. It's second down. 7-0 Salina Central, a 2-play 81-yard drive to start the game. Moore, shotgun, has 3 receivers out to the right side. Running back is to his right. And now shifts over to the left, and that is L.J. Phillips. Nope, it's Sincere Thompson, excuse me. Moore's going to run the option here. He'll keep it. He's inside the 20, down to about the 17-yard line, and he'll pick up 8. Nicely done by Jeremiah. Richardson again, the outside linebacker on the stop. It's third down and about 3. Quickly again, the Grizzlies' offense is moving. Sincere Thompson is the tailback. So is Phillips on the right side. This will be a toss right side. Phillips, LJ squirting inside the 20. He'll make his way to the 17, but he's about 2 yards shy of the first down. And it's going to be fourth down and short for the Grizzlies again. Kason Graham, defensive end, in on the stop. It's fourth down and 2. Well, the Grizzlies converted on fourth and inches. This one a little more dicey at fourth and 2. Grizzlies at the Salina Central 17-yard line. They'll go for it, though. Jeremiah Moore, shotgun. He's got a receiver out to the right. And now that receiver is in motion from right to left. And Moore will get the shotgun snap in behind left guard. He's got the first down, stays on his feet at the 10, to the 5, touchdown Grizzlies. Jeremiah Moore broke a tackle at the 10, and there was nobody between him and the goal line after that. Touchdown Grizzlies, and Northwest is an extra point away from tying the score.
Great run by Jeremiah Moore, who carried 6 times on that drive himself.
It was mostly all Moore. And now this is Braden Sauter to attempt the extra point, and it might have been partially blocked. It did not make it to the crossbar, and the extra point by Sauter is no good. 7:39 to go, first quarter the score. Salina Central 7, Northwest 6. This is Grizzly football presented by Mel Hamilton Ford.
I didn't see the extra point. Was it blocked?
I think so. I think the trajectory changed. I'm not certain. If it wasn't, he got a really bad piece of it. Well, the Grizzlies answer Salina Central's touchdown. The difference being Northwest's extra point was no good. And the Grizzlies are going to go with the same person handling this kickoff that did to start the game. It's not Braden Sauter.
Tyler Smalley.
Tyler Smalley is doing kickoffs. Sauter did try that extra point. It was blocked, and Smalley gets this one to the goal line. You wonder with the leg that it looks like Smalley has if they might want to start trying him on extra points, especially considering Sauter's looked like it was blocked at the line of scrimmage.
One of the things that Sauter and Smalley have going for them is that they know each other very well. They play side by side on the defensive back line on the soccer team. And Smalley does have a gun for a right foot.
7:39 to go first quarter. Salina Central with the football and the lead 7-6. First and 10 from their own 20. And it's Parker Cavanaugh, the quarterback, and he's going to hand it off to his tailback, who's got a lot of room. This is Kenyon McMillan around the left side, now back to the near side. 35-40, 45-50, 45-40, 35-30 to the near side, and finally shoved out of bounds at the 29-yard line of Northwest. And how about this offensive start for Salina Central?
Wow.
51 yards on that carry for Kenyon McMillan, who had 1,001 coming into the game. So they've got a huge pass play of 81 yards and a 51-yard run there for a Chance Transmissions first down. First and 10 for Salina Central. Cavanaugh, zone read, will keep it and tuck it under and run, and this will only net a couple of yards. Grizzlies read that one pretty well, and it's going to be second down. And that was Damasio Sandoval on the stop for Northwest. Gain of 2, second down and 8. Cavanaugh to the shotgun. He's got a fullback and a tailback to either side, and now flags flying in all over the place. Looks like we'll have procedure on Salina Central. Nope. Encroachment. They said 24, but I don't think Elliot J. Phillips is playing defense. Maybe it was Nate Carter, 34.
I think they meant 34.
That would make much more sense. It's second down and 3 now for Salina Central. 6:55 to go first quarter, 7-6 Salina Central leading. And here come the Mustangs to the line of scrimmage. 3 receivers, slots on the left. Cavanaugh's back, looking, has time, throws across the middle. Man wide open, pass, caught, touchdown. Right at the goal line, nobody was covering up the receiver, and Salina Central with another quick strike. That was David Brown who makes the catch for the score. And an 80-yard drive for Salina Central that just took a few plays. They look a lot like this Northwest offense in the early going.
They do indeed. 2-play drive and a 3-play drive. Big plays all along here for Salina Central.
And now Andon Price is on for the extra point. And again, Kevin, notice that leg. If he needs to kick later on, he is booming it through with ease. 6:41 to go, first quarter. Salina Central 14, Northwest 6. This is Grizzly football presented by Mel Hamilton Ford. Wow.
Send it to me when we get back. I'm going to say something about this.
Score for Bishop Carroll, 7-0. Carroll has the lead over Mays South, so interesting there. We'll keep you posted on that game tonight. I'm sorry, Mays and Carroll.
That's Mays, yeah.
Mays South is playing Capon tonight. 7-0 Carroll in their game. Here's a kickoff that's going to go out of bounds, and a nice job by Takari Brown of letting that one go out. Grizzlies will have it at the 35-yard line, but how about this Salina Central offense that looks a lot like Northwest's?
They do look a lot like Northwest, and Mark Marinelli has just called a defensive team meeting down here on the field right in front of us, and the lecture is in progress against giving up the big play.
A 51-yard run on the last drive, an 81-yard touchdown pass on the first drive of the game for Salina Central. How'd you like to be a fly on the wall in that Mark Marinelli conference over there?
That would be an interesting conversation, I'm sure.
First and 10 Grizzlies, 65 yards away from the Stroud's end zone. They'll hand it off to L.J. Phillips around the right side. Brushes off one tackle, finds the edge, and there he goes! 40, 30, 20, 10, 5, touchdown, 65 yards. The track meet is on. It's 14-12. Grizzlies down by 2.
Wow, all I can say is wow. Vintage L.J. Phillips gets around the far side defense and just takes off for the house.
Now Braden Sauter is on for the extra point. His last one appeared to be blocked. Not certain of that. If it wasn't blocked, he got a terrible piece of the ball because it barely sailed above the helmets in the scrum at the line of scrimmage. This extra point is on its way and looks much better. 6.5 to go, first quarter. We've got a barn burner of a start. Salina Central 14, Northwest 13. This is Grizzly football presented by Mel Hamilton Ford. Thank you.
Something wrong?
Huh?
Something wrong?
No. He was just showing me that Capen's up 7-0.
Oh.
Capen 7, Mays South nothing. Bishop Carroll 7, Mays nothing, and some action from around the city. Our thanks to our friend Joe Thrush of our sponsor Taco Prano, who is giving us Bishop Carroll Mays updates. His son plays for Mays, and that's a possible future matchup for the Grizzlies if those two teams keep winning. All right, Smalley again will handle the kickoff for Northwest, and for the third time tonight, it's a touchback, and so it'll be an 80-yard potential scoring drive for Salina Central if they find the end zone, because they're starting from our left to right again at their own 20-yard line. 6:28 to go, first quarter, 14-13. Northwest with the lead, trailing Salina Central.
And Northwest defense needs to step up now.
Let's see how they respond to the talking to by Mark Marinelli on the sideline. Parker Cavanaugh, the quarterback, out of the shotgun. His father is the receivers coach for Salina Central. He's going to hand it off to Kenyon McMillan. Not as much doing here. McMillan picks up about 3. Parker Cavanaugh's father is the receivers coach, Brian Cavanaugh, who's a former quarterback at Kansas State. Jerome Reagan makes that stop after a gain of about 3 yards. Second down and 7 from the 23-yard line. Salina Central from our left to right, leading the Grizzlies 14-13 in what has started out as a shootout from Grizzly Stadium tonight. Cavanaugh's out of the gun. McMillan is to his right. Micah Moore is the tailback to his left. This will be a play-action fake and a toss down the near side. And he's got a man down, and the pass is caught near the 45-yard line. What a pitch and what a catch. And Nick Clayton is at the receiving end, shoved out of bounds by Jeremiah Harris, but not before a trip to the 46-yard line. 23-yard pickup, but a changed transmission's first down. Salina Central now quickly to the line of scrimmage. Cavanaugh out of the gun, and this time he's going to hand it off to Micah Moore, and Moore can't get far, and then a flag comes in. We might well have a hold that will bring this one behind the chains. This would be our second penalty of the game. First perhaps on Salina Central. That's McMillan, the running back, guilty of the hold.
He was guilty of a hold, which allowed Michael Moore the opportunity to slip in front of him and make the cut upfield.
Well, that's big because that'll make it first down and 20 for Salina Central. That's actually 21, we'll say. Line of scrimmage, the 35-yard line. They need the Grizzly 44, so they've got a good country mile to go. 14-13, Salina Central with the lead in a shootout so far with some quick strike ability for both of these teams. First down and 21. Cavanaugh throws a little swing pass, and that one might be a live ball, but it rolls out of bounds. I think it was a lateral because they say keep the clock running. I believe it's not. The clock is stopped. I thought that was a pass behind the line of scrimmage, though.
I thought he waved it off as an incomplete pass, but they're moving. You're right. They're moving the marker back, so that was a lateral that went out of bounds. So a 5-yard loss.
So it's all the way back to the 30-yard line now. And that means it's 26 yards they need for a first down. Boy, that penalty was huge. Totally changed the complexion of this Salina Central drive so far. Shotgun for Cavanaugh. He's back, throws a quick slant, and the receiver breaks out of one tackle, then falls forward to the 40 and the 41 before he's finished off there Zach Morford does that, but that'll bring up third down and quite a distance. They still need about 15 yards. Shotgun for Kavanaugh. 4 receivers and 1 tailback. 3 of the 4 receivers are out to the near side as Central scrimmages from our left to right. Kavanaugh, shotgun, back, under pressure, just lobs one over the middle, and it's incomplete. Boy, there were 2 Grizzlies there, including Darius Diaz, just over the outstretched arms of Micah Moore, who got his fingertips on it and nearly fell into the lap of Diaz. Instead, it's an incomplete pass, and it's 4th down.
The Mustangs are lucky that didn't get picked off.
Now it's 4th down and 15, and Kavanaugh is back, but you would think that he's just going to punt this one away. He tried a hard count, now looks over to the sideline. In fact, now he does drop back a few more yards, and Darius Diaz is back to return this punt for the Grizzlies, and he's going to let this one bounce instead and drop dead right at the 20-yard line. 39-yard punt, no return, 4.5 to go, first quarter. Northwest with a chance to take their first lead of the game. It's Salina Central 14 and Northwest 13.
Well, the defense did their job, Steve. They, aided by a penalty, they held and forced the punt. Now they need to score.
Jeremiah Moore, shotgun. He's got both of those great tailbacks behind him, and this one will be Sincere Thompson up the middle, out to the 25, spilled at about the 26-yard line. Good 6-yard pickup on first down. Quickly back to the line of scrimmage come the Grizzlies on 2nd down and 4. Clock at 4:10 and running, first quarter. Salina Central 14, Northwest 13. Jeremiah Moore, shotgun, 2 receivers, slots on the right. In fact, both receivers are out on the right side. The H-back is Sincere Thompson, lined up as a tight end. This will be a direct snap, though. Moore wants to run it, no doubt about it. Steps in and out of tackles at the 30, then moves right across the 32 to the 33-yard line. He'll pick up about 6 or 7 yards and move the chains. There's a Grizzly first down. Northwest working in a hurry. 1st and 10 Grizzlies from their own 34. 66 yards away from the Stroud's end zone. Jeremiah Moore is going to run a zone read, fakes the handoff, keeps it himself, straight up the gut across the 40, out to about the 42-yard line. He'll pick up about 8 yards on that carry and bring up 2nd and short. In fact, the 42, yes. So 2nd down and 2.
They can do this all night long. Maintain possession, keep it out of the offense's hands for Salina Central, and at the same time drive for a score.
Yeah, based on this quick strike ability of Salina Central, the Grizzlies might not hurt themselves to slow things down a bit. Low snap here for Moore on 2nd and 2. He digs out the shotgun snap, and now he's on the run and dragged down from behind. Here's a flag, and this will either be a late hit. I actually think it's a horse collar, though.
I think it is a horse collar.
I think the defender, Calvin Hemmer, got him in time, but he got him around the back of the shoulder pads and dragged him down from behind.
And even without the penalty, it's a first down.
Well, the official didn't motion if it was late hit or horse collar. Either way, it's a 15-yard penalty, and that moves the Grizzlies to the 41-yard line of Salina Central. First down and 10. Moore, shotgun, hands it off. Sincere Thompson falls right in behind center and moves inside the 40 to about the 38-yard line. Under 3 minutes to go, first quarter. Grizzlies on the move, down by 1, 14-13. Kason Graham in on that stop after Sincere Thompson picked up about 3 yards on the carry. Grizzlies will go with more of a pistol look here as it's Moore with L.J. Phillips behind him, who's got the option toss behind right tackle inside the 35 down to the 33-yard line, and that'll bring up 3rd down and short. Kason Graham again in on the stop for Salina Central. No doubt the Grizzlies will be in 4-down territory here. If they need to worry about that, it's 3rd down and 2. Ball spotted 33 yards away from the Stroud's end zone, Northwest from our right to left. The Salina Central 33. Shotgun snap to Moore. Moves in behind behind center, then cuts right inside the 30. He's got the first down. Down to the 28-yard line to pick up a 5.
Great way to keep moving the chains every 2 or 3 plays.
And the Grizzlies, not the huge plays this drive, but again, the way Salina Central's offense has gone, that's not a bad thing. They're getting 5, 6, 7, 8-yard chunks. Handoff, Phillips dancing at the line of scrimmage, not much doing. Good defense that time by Salina Central. Again, that is their bell cow. The defensive rushing, the rush defense for Salina Central, giving up less than 100 per game. Both backs are to the left of Jeremiah Moore here on 2nd down and 9. Flag is thrown as Moore breaks through the line of scrimmage. He's inside the 25, inside the 20, down to about the 16-yard line. This flag was thrown right at the snap of the football by the official on the far side of the field. It's illegal formation on Northwest. So that'll move the Grizzlies back. I have a theory, though, Kevin, when you have an offense like Northwest, and again, especially if you want to keep the ball out of the hands of the opponent, 5-yard penalty is not always the worst thing in the world because you can keep getting 6- and 7-yard chunks and you'll still get a first down in a few plays, but it's more time without Central having the ball.
Exactly, and they, case in point, Northwest has had the ball now for 10 plays on this drive.
2nd down and 13 for the Grizzlies. Moore's going to run a play-action fake, drops back, throws a little receiver screen. Takari Brown's got it, a little bit of room inside the 30 to 25, knocked down from behind at about the 24-yard line, and that'll bring up 3rd down. So that'll move it to the 24, and the Grizzlies need about 5 yards. Clock under a minute to go, first quarter, Northwest trailing, but only by a point, 14 to 13. Grizzlies have already converted on 2 4th-down plays here tonight. This one is 3rd down. Jeremiah Moore, shotgun. He's going to run the option, fakes the toss, right, and then cuts back behind right guard, and he's dropped at about the 19-yard line, but it looks like he'll be just shy of the first down before Nick Clayton drops him. Another 4th-down opportunity for the Grizzlies here. They need less than a yard, 19 yards away from the Stroud's end zone. Moore, shotgun, falls in behind center. Huge hole up the gut. 10, 5, touchdown Grizzlies. It started up the middle, he veered to the left, and Jeremiah found nothing but turf in front of him, and the Grizzlies have taken the lead for the first time tonight. Not the normal quick strike Grizzly scoring drive you see, but just as effective. It ended with 6, maybe more if Sauter can punch the extra point through, and this one is blocked. No question about it. A Salina Central special teams player got his hand on that one. It's no good. And with 18 seconds left in the first quarter, we'll stay right here. It's Northwest 19, Salina Central 13.
Those 2 blocked extra points could boom big later on in the contest. And evidently, Salina Central knows something about our special teams unit to be able to go in there and block them so easily.
Wouldn't be at all surprised to see Steve Martin start going for 2-point conversions to try to get some of those back, but also because, how much do you trust your extra point team when 2 kicks now appear to have been blocked? Even if the first one wasn't blocked, it was so badly missed that still would be a concern to a head coach, you'd think. But it's 19 to 14, Northwest with the lead now.
12 plays, 80 yards on that drive. Offensively, that is what the doctor ordered.
12 plays is about 4 normal scoring drives for Northwest. Is it not?
11 of those plays were runs.
Yeah. All right. Looks like it'll be Smalley again to kick this one off. He's already kicked it off 3 times tonight. They've all been touchbacks. And he booms this one about 6 yards deep in the end zone. And that'll be his 4th touchback of the game.
Yeah, Coach Martin may have discovered something in Tyler Smalley here with his strong leg.
Well, and I'm not enough of a kicking expert to know the difference between kickoffs and extra points. I know that you get a tee, but you also have to wonder at some point if he maybe doesn't start to try to have him kicking extra points based on what we've seen.
Or if we get into a situation where they're going to try a long field goal, or where they could try a long field goal, send Smalley out there to do it with a bigger leg.
1st and 10 for Salina Central from their own 20-yard line. Parker Cavanaugh out of the shotgun. He's got both of his tailbacks, 1 to each side, and 3 receivers with a slot on the left side. He's back to pass, and this is going to be intentional grounding, I believe, as Jerome Reagan was all over him, and now one of the officials is pointing at a receiver in the vicinity. Indeed, no flag. There was I think a tailback was running a little circle route, and they say he was in the area, but I don't know that Kavanaugh saw him.
Kavanaugh was running for his life, and he just threw that ball away. Whether there was a receiver in the area or not, he grounded it.
2nd down and 10, clock at 11 seconds to go first quarter, 19-14, Northwest with the lead. Kavanaugh shotgun, 3 receivers, slots on the left side. This is going to be a handoff. This is going to be McMillan, and he is met hard by Darius Diaz. Right as he crosses the 20-yard line and falls at the 23, and that'll be the final play of a very entertaining first quarter. The score after 12 minutes is Northwest 19, Salina Central 14. You're listening to Grizzly Football presented by Mel Hamilton Ford.
Banter Automotive is now open at Central and Mays. Come by or shop online and browse our inventory of quality pre-owned vehicles, cars, trucks, and SUVs. We have them all. Banter Automotive Group, now open at our new location just east of Central and Mays.
Ready for the start of quarter number 2. The Northwest Grizzlies gave up a couple of early quick touchdowns, but it seems, at least since then, they've righted the ship as their defense has started to respond. And Kevin, I think this is a really big 3rd down play early in this game here, because if Northwest can sustain their solid defense, they're going to get the football back and likely with good field position.
No question about it. This is a huge defensive play for the Grizzlies.
Bishop Carroll over Mays, 7-0 first quarter. Capon 7-0 over Mays South, the first quarter score as well. 3rd down and 7 here for Salina Central. Now they move from our right to left, and Parker Kavanaugh, the quarterback, is out of the shotgun. He's got the snap, and he's rolling to his left, throws to the near side, and it's incomplete. And how about that for the Grizzlies? A nice 3-and-out. It's 4th down.
And surely this deep in their own territory, Steve, Salina Central will definitely punt.
Yeah, they're not even going to try a hard count here and fool anybody, not at your own 23-yard line. Kavanaugh, their quarterback, is their punter, so he stays in the game and sometimes makes it look like he's going to take the shotgun snap and then drops back to punt. And surely that's what he's going to do here. Right now he is in shotgun formation with receivers. Indeed, he did a little hard count, now looks over to the sideline, and back he goes. High snap, he's got to get the punt away, and it hits somebody in the back, and it's recovered by Salina Central, and they're trying to advance the football to the line to gain, and they almost got there. It hit somebody, I think, in the back of the head or the back, and bounded up in the air, and then one of the other special teams players caught that, Kevin. It did not cross the line of scrimmage, so they could have run that for a first down and almost did.
They almost did, and the reason for the bad kick was a high snap and pressure by the special teams unit of the Grizzlies. He had to kick it in a hurry.
So the Grizzlies now 28 yards away from the Stroud's end zone after that mishap. 1st and 10. Jeremiah Moore is going to hand it off. This is Phillips coming right. Breaks out of tackles at the 25, to the 20, to the 10, and down to the 8-yard line he goes. A gain of 20. That's a first down for the Grizzlies. Thought he was dead to rights there at around the 20-yard line, 15-yard line, Kevin. Leg strength.
One man away from a touchdown.
1st and goal from the 8 for the Grizzlies. Moore, shotgun, hands off Cynthia Thompson. Right up the middle, behind right guard, dragging a defender down to the 3. And that'll bring up 2nd and goal. Nick Clayton, the linebacker, is the man who brought him down. But the Grizzlies quickly back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and goal from the 3. Moore, shotgun, keeps it himself. Gets a good block from Phillips. He crosses the goal line. Touchdown Grizzlies. And what a seal block by L.J. Phillips to help his quarterback cross the goal line. And the Grizzlies have upped their lead to 11. And it looks like the offense, Kevin, will stay on the field and go for 2 as predicted.
That was a pretty good prediction, easy prediction on our part, I should say.
2 of their 3 extra point attempts have been missed by kicking, so they will go for 2 right here and try to grab a 13-point lead. Shotgun for Moore. Phillips behind him. This is an option. Phillips has the toss. Phillips has the goal line. An easy one there on the toss, and the Grizzlies are up 13. Timeout on the field. Opening minute of the second quarter. Northwest 27, Salina Central 14. This is Grizzly football presented by Mel Hamilton Ford.
Wow. $17-0 Capon.
That was fast. Carroll's up 14-0.
Well, it's starting to look like this is our last home game regardless.
27-14, Northwest with the lead here. 17-0, Capon has jumped out in front of Mays South. And from Bishop Carroll, our friend Joe Thrush of Taco Prado tells us that Carroll is leading Mays by the score of 14-0. A little shocked if Carroll boat races Mays. Carroll struggled last week against Hutchinson to start that contest. All right, here we go. The kickoff is going to be a high, short one, and this is going to be a good return for Salina Central. One of the upmen, Trevin Cole, returns it all the way out near midfield to the 48-yard line. First time the Grizzlies have kicked it short, and that backfired.
That did backfire, and Smalley was the, again, out there on the kickoff unit. I'm just kind of wondering why he didn't go for the end zone, even though he is now kicking into the wind.
So this offensive attack for Salina Central that scored 2 quick strikes has been stymied since, has great starting field position here from their own 49-yard line. 27-14, Northwest has the lead, a little more than a minute off the second quarter clock. Parker Cavanaugh out of the shotgun, 3 receivers. High snap, he hauls it in, hands it off to McMillan, who's dragged down from behind. Nicely done defense. That'll bring up second down. And that was Caden Ross in on the stop. 4th on the team in tackles starting the game, Ross, with 33. And a nice play there. No gain. It's second down and 10.
Ross had the ankles of the runner before he even got back to the line of scrimmage.
The winner of this game will play the winner of Capon and Mays South. If it's Northwest and Capon, then we will be at Stryker Complex next week. Second down and 10 for Cavanaugh. He's going to run a zone read here, keeps it, and that's going to be a mistake. He was dragged down from behind. The Grizzlies not fooled on the keeper. To the 50-yard line goes Cavanaugh, only a 1-yard gain, and it's going to be third down and 9. And that was Nate Carter on the stop. Carter also, like Caden Ross, started this game with 33 tackles. Big third down play here for Salina Central. This thing's starting to get away from them for a little bit after a fast start. 3rd and 9.
Look for him to put it in the air.
And now a timeout first called by Salina Central. We'll take it to 9:45 to go second quarter. 27-14 Grizzlies with the lead. This is Grizzly football presented by Mel Hamilton Ford. Well, Kevin Arkin, we talked about the last third down play being really big for Salina Central's offense. They did not get it. Here's another one now with Northwest up 2 scores. And I think this is another one that if Northwest ends up getting the football back here after this play, you can probably look back at and say the tide's definitely turned.
Be interesting to see if this is 4-down territory, though, with the ball at midfield.
It'll probably depend on how many yards they need to get if they don't convert here. Cavanaugh on 3rd down and 9, back, deep drop, has time, heaves it down the far sideline, and it's nearly intercepted. Nicely done by the Grizzly defense, and that on the defensive play was Derek Robinson. It's 4th down and 9.
They'll punt, I'm sure, at 4th and 9. That's an awful lot to gain. You don't want to give Northwest a short field
Well, I could see Kavanaugh really trying to sell the hard count here because 5 yards would maybe entice them to go for it. Right now, they're lining up to go for it on 4th down and 9 from midfield. Kavanaugh's out of the shotgun, 3 receivers. Now he looks over to the sideline. The play clock is down to 8 and 7. Now down to 6, and now Kavanaugh is going to let the play clock wind down, and they're going to take a delay of game, I believe. They are. That's by design. It'll move them back 5, and they'll punt it away.
They actually called a false start, but the same thing.
Right as the play clock was expiring.
And this really doesn't hurt Salina Central very much because they're kicking with the wind anyway.
Yeah, I think if that false start didn't happen, they were going to take a delay of game because, again, that play clock was striking 0. Now Kavanaugh is showing that they're going to go for it again. I just would be incredibly shocked if they do, and this looks like a repeat of the last. He's going to look over to the sideline, and there he goes. Ben Heidebrecht sprints back to retrieve this punt. Kavanaugh drops back as the quarterback to the punter and does boot it away. And it bounces out of bounds right at the 20-yard line. So a 35-yard punt, no return, 9.5 to go. First half, Northwest 27, Salina Central 14. Will stay right here as the Grizzlies have this possession 80 yards away from the Strouds end zone. Strouds is a proud sponsor of Grizzly football, the best pan-fried chicken in the state of Texas. Stop by and see them on North Hillside. 36-61 to be exact. 1st and 10, Grizzlies here. Jeremiah Moore out of the shotgun, Northwest leading 27-14. Moore sends out 2 receivers to the near side. He's going to hand this one off though, running play, and right up the middle it goes. L.J. Phillips, who averages about 9 yards per carry, but he didn't get far there. Brought down by Braden McKnight, and it's 2nd down. A gain of a yard, they'll say. 2nd and 9. Same formation, 2 receivers to the near side for Moore. This time he will throw it out to the near side, and Michael Lopez got tackled by the turf. What do they call that? The turf monster. He tripped up at the 19-yard line without any contact by an opposing player.
I think his foot just got caught in the carpet.
That'll be
tried to make his turn.
That'll be a pass completion for a loss of 2 yards, and now it's 3rd down and 11. Grizzlies, kind of an important play here to keep possession of the football. You want to benefit from your defense getting that stop on the last drive. They'll need 11 yards here at least to keep the drive alive. 3rd down and 11 for the Grizzlies. Play clock is winding down. Grizzlies look a little confused. They're going to have to hurry or call a timeout. With 1 second left, Jeremiah Moore gets the shotgun snap, and they're going to run a reverse, and then a reverse pass to Jeremiah Moore, but he's near the sideline and steps out of bounds at the 23-yard line. Well, they ran a double reverse there, and then Moore went in as the receiver, but he was just out in the flats for a short little completion, and it's 4th down.
Lopez was actually the passer on that play, and it was the idea was good. It just didn't net enough yardage.
So Jeremiah Moore back in punt formation. Both starting quarterbacks are also the primary punters for these 2 teams. Jeremiah, a 30.2 average on the season. This is not something he gets a lot of practice of, though, because the Grizzlies so often have their drives end in touchdowns. Randall Bell late getting onto the field. Play clock down to 4 as Moore gets the shotgun snap, and that one was nearly blocked. Jeremiah kicked it a mile high, but not very far. Then it takes a Salina Central bounce and is down at the 37-yard line. That's only about a 14-yard punt. We'll say a 38-yard line, making it a 15-yard punt. No return. But Salina Central with great field position here with 8:05 to go 2nd quarter. Grizzlies 27, Salina Central 14.
Mustangs are in business here in Grizzly territory. And it's going to take a big stop now by the defense.
Salina Central's last drive started out at their own 49 and they went 3 and out. See what happens here. 1st and 10 for Parker Kavanaugh out of the shotgun. The senior quarterback has both backs to either side. This will be a handoff. McMillan coming right now, steps back toward the inside the 30. Good gain down to about the 27-yard line. They'll be a yard shy of the 1st down. A la Northwest, that's a 9-yard pickup on 1st down.
Heidebrecht brought him down, and if Ben misses him, he's got clear sailing.
Second and a yard for Salina Central. From our right to left they go, trailing Northwest 27-14. Clock approaching, 7.5 minutes to go, first half. Kavanaugh's out of the gun. He's got his running backs again to either side. He's going to run a play action and throw one across the middle, and it's incomplete. Had a receiver crossing, that's Logan Losey, on a crossing pattern between the hashes, but it was over his head, and he just got his fingertips on it. It's third down and a yard. Not that play call, though, on third down or second down and a yard. You come right back, and it's 3rd and 1.
It's basically a free play with only 1 yard to go. And you're in 2-down territory here, so.
This time, 3 men blocking in the backfield for Parker Kavanaugh. He's going to hand it off to one of his backs right up the middle, and it looks like he's got just enough to move the chains. And that was Micah Moore, who indeed does get the first down. That's Salina Central first down, brought to you by Chance Transmissions on South Seneca. Sponsors of Grizzly football. Stop by and see Dave and the folks at Chance Transmissions, big supporters of all Wichita area high school teams. 1st and 10 for Salina Central from the 26-yard line of the Grizzlies. Clock approaching 7 minutes left in the first half. 27-14, Northwest has the lead. Parker Kavanaugh out of the shotgun, both running backs to either side. Now he's under pressure, and he just underhands one that's incomplete because he was just about to go down by Nate Carter, and then Kavanaugh just threw an underhand pitch forward.
Nate Carter had his arm around the throwing arm of Kavanaugh, and Kavanaugh's lucky to even get it off.
That's the second time Kavanaugh has just thrown one without really looking, Kevin. If he keeps doing that, it's going to come back to bite him eventually. You cannot just sling balls around like that without looking to avoid a sack. At the very least, he's going to get burned by an intentional grounding, but might well end up throwing it to somebody in blue and gold. 2nd down and 10. Kavanaugh's out of the shotgun. Quick drop, quick throw, left side. Caught, and the receiver spilled immediately. 19-yard line. And that'll bring up 3rd down. That was Hayden Vidrickson on the reception for Salina Central. It was a gain of 6. It's 3rd down and 4. Ball right at the 20-yard line. Important 3rd down play here, you would think. 4 receivers, 2 to each side on 3rd down and 4 for the Mustangs. Kavanaugh out of the gun, running back to his right. That's Moore. Kavanaugh's got the shotgun snap, and he's back. Throws. Far right corner, has a man there who's well covered, and it's incomplete. Good coverage downfield by Dontrell Harris, as Logan Losey was the intended receiver, and it's 4th down.
And it'd be interesting to see if they go for it or try for a field goal with the win.
They do have, again, what looks like a very good kicker.
They're staying out there, the offense is.
Boom some through, and Aiden Price. But it looks like they'll go for it for now. 4th and 4 from the 20. Shotgun here for Kavanaugh. He's got the snap. He's back. Throws right side. Passes caught. That'll be a first down. Receiver inside the 10 down near the 5-yard line. That's Losey again, who ran just a little out pattern. And he not only picked up the first down, but plenty more. It's 1st and goal. Chance Transmissions sponsors that first down for Salina Central. It's 1st and goal from the 6.
In a way, I'm disappointed. I was looking to see their field goal kicker and see what he could do.
Instead, it's 1st down and goal from, we'll call it the 5-yard line. Kavanaugh, 3 receivers, slots on the right. 1 man in the backfield, and that's going to be McMillan, who takes the handoff. Hit initially, breaks out of 1 tackle, but can't break through Jerome Reagan. Nate Carter slowed him down, and then Reagan was there to finish, and McMillan, no gain on the play, I don't believe. It's 2nd down. It'll also be interesting to see if Salina Central has a 4th down and goal, if they opt for 3 points here. Many times we've seen teams, not necessarily because they don't trust their kicking game, but because they know about the high-powered Northwest offense. They just know you can't settle for 3 against this Grizzly team.
That's exactly right. That's why so many go for it.
4 receivers and 1 running back here on 2nd down and goal from the Grizzly 5-yard line. Kavanaugh's got the snap. He juggles it. He's running around, throws it out to the near side, and the pass is going to be caught, nearly intercepted. It was caught by a Grizzly, but he was out of bounds, and that'll bring up 3rd and goal. And when I said it was caught, I meant by a Grizzly, but he was falling out of bounds. Was that Diaz that was over there? I was sort of blocked by a window pane.
It was Diaz.
How about linebacker Darius Diaz out in coverage? Third down and goal for Salina Central from the Grizzly 5-yard line. Kavanaugh's out of the gun. He's got two receivers out to the right, and he's rolling that way, and he's looking that way. Now he's being chased by Zach Morford. Throws it toward the front of the end zone, and it is caught. Touchdown, Salina Central. At the front part of the end zone, the pass is caught, and Salina Central right back within a point. Hayden Vidrickson on the touchdown reception from 5 yards out. You just get the feeling that was a big, big strike for Salina Central.
10-play drive.
If they don't score there and the Grizzlies get the ball back with a chance to go up 3 scores, would have been huge. Instead, it's back to a 1-score game, and here's the extra point on its way, and it knuckles through with plenty of distance to spare. 5:06 to go, first half. It's now Northwest 27, Salina Central 21. This is Grizzly football presented by Mel Hambleton Ford.
Do you like heavy metal? Then come on down to the Gate Heavy Metal Record Store and pick up a variety of items they have, like records, CDs, shirts, jackets, magazines, and more. And don't be shy to go a little out of your comfort zone with their wide range of unique bands from all around. They even support records from local bands in town. So go by and say hi.
Yeah, okay, hang on just a second. Here, let me see.
We got 2 of them again.
Usually when we do that, we have to reboot the whole thing in order to do it. So keep playing commercials. Okay, thank you.
One bar still. What's the matter with that damn thing? Here, I got 2 over here. I got 4 now. I got 4 bars.
Okay.
We should be good now. Okay.
All right, here we are.
Thank you. 3, 4, 12. Here's the 2 plays you missed.
That's okay.
Okay.
Thanks.
And 4 for 5.
All right, we apologize. Some technical issues. We are back and a lot's taken place. Salina Central scored a touchdown, a 5-yard touchdown pass from Parker Kavanaugh to Logan Losey. The extra point was good. Salina Central has moved within 6, 27-21. However, the Grizzlies are now mounting a nice drive of their own. They are into Salina Central territory, and they just had first down at 10. However, after a play, a personal foul called on Northwest. So here's the the situation. 4:03 to go, second quarter. 27-21, Northwest with the lead, but the Grizzlies now with a long second down and a bunch here. They need about 20 yards after a personal foul penalty. So Jeremiah Moore is going to drop out of the shotgun here on second down and 20 from the Salina Central 43-yard line, and Moore is going to heave one deep down the middle of the field. He's got a man there. Did he hold on to it? He did. How did Michael Lopez do that? All the way inside the 20 to the 19-yard line. That'll move the chains. That's a Grizzly first down.
Well, he needed 20, and he got 24 on the pass play.
On a great leaping catch by Lopez. Now a handoff coming right. Grizzlies will run it. This is Phillips. And LJ makes his way down to the 15-yard line. He'll pick up 3. Michael Lopez goes 5 feet 6 inches tall. He jumped up in the air like a 7-footer to haul that pass in. That was a big play. Now 2nd and 6 Grizzlies. Jeremiah Moore keeps it running right. Shakes and bakes to the 10. Falls forward to about the 6-yard line. And that'll be close to the line to gain. In fact, I think he got it. That's a Grizzly first down. He did.
Got it right on the money.
So the Grizzlies looking for a quick answer after the Salina Central touchdown moments ago. Under 3 minutes to go. Second quarter. Northwest 27. Salina Central 21. First and goal here, Grizzlies from the 6-yard line of Central. Shotgun snap to Moore. Hands it off to Phillips. Oh, is he stacked up right away? There's that nice run defense for Salina Central stepping up and making a play. Down near the goal line, Braden McKnight on the stop. You do not see L.J. Phillips get stacked up behind the line of scrimmage often, but he lost a yard there. Second and goal from the 7. Moore's going to run the option. He'll keep it inside the 5 to the 2. He went airborne and then got popped really hard by Jackson Coslow, a senior safety. It's 3rd and goal. Boy, Jeremiah moves so quickly and he goes airborne, and Coslow met him in midair and knocked Jeremiah backwards. Grizzlies now 3rd down, and they're 3 yards away from the Stroud's end zone at the 2-minute mark, second quarter. Northwest up by 6, 3rd and goal. Moore, shotgun. He's got Sincere Thompson to his right and L.J. Phillips to his left, and the Grizzlies are going to talk about this big 3rd down play. A timeout call. Will stay right here.
And this is interesting, Steve, in that with the ball on the 3-yard line, if they don't get in on this next play, with the problems that Sodders had kicking the ball tonight, I got to believe they'd go for it.
Well, I think if they had Mike Vanderjagt kicking for them, they would still go for it here. That's just Steve Martin's M.O. from inside the 5-yard line. So kicking problems or not, I think that they would. Now, where that might change is if they had a loss here and then you get back outside the 6-7 yard line, that could be a game changer in terms of that decision.
Then you have to concede for the points.
1:56 left. It's 27-21 Northwest. At last check, Capon was leading Mays South 17-0, second quarter. And Mays has answered at Bishop Carroll, and they've cut that deficit in half. It's now Carroll 14 and Mays 7. 7 minutes left in the second quarter. So a fun game over at Carroll as well. They had one last week like that. An overtime win over Hutchinson.
We haven't seen a high school overtime game in a long time until last week.
3rd and goal for the Grizzlies from the 3-yard line. Jeremiah Moore, shotgun, backs to either side. Handoff Phillips coming right now, steps back to the middle, to the 2, to the 1, to the goal line, but he's not quite in. Just shy of the end zone. L.J. Phillips needed 3 to get to the end zone, and he picked up about 2.5. It's 4th down. Grizzlies, no doubt, they're going. Jeremiah Moore, shotgun, Phillips behind him. 4th down and goal from the 1. Moore, option, keeper, thought about tossing it, he won't. He's fighting forward to the 2, to the 1. He got there. Touchdown Grizzlies with some help from his friends in blue and gold. Jeremiah Moore at 5 feet 8 crosses the goal line, and the Grizzlies are in the end zone again.
10 plays, 29 yards. Took him a long time, a lot of plays to get 29 yards.
It took Jeremiah a lot of time to get 1 yard as he was fighting and pushing, and then I think I said some help from his friends because I think that some teammates came up and gave him that little nudge move the scrum forward.
I agree.
And Northwest is going to kick the extra point here, and Sauter is coming on very, very late to attempt this extra point.
I think he thought they were going to go for 2.
He was as surprised as everybody. And now Sauter, who struggled tonight, has the kick on its way, and this one is no
He missed
good.
it left.
And the Grizzlies have now missed 3 point-after touchdowns. Will take the timeout. 1:25 left, second quarter. Northwest 33, Salina Central 21. This is Grizzly football presented by Mel Hamilton Ford. Why is the other guy not kicking?
I don't understand.
I mean, at least try him.
At this point, I'd have Smalley try it.
Or just go for 2.
Or go for 2. Well, something's wrong with Sauter, and there was no pressure that time at all. He just flat missed it. And Smalley is kicking off.
1:25 to go, second quarter. Grizzlies up by 12, 33-21. But the Grizzlies, Kevin Arkin, are leaving some points out there after touchdowns on Braden Sauter. Missed extra points.
3 of them tonight so far.
2 of them looked like they were blocked, and then this last one was just simply wide left. High short kickoff. The ball's bouncing around on the turf, and the Grizzlies have a chance at it. Who recovered? There's a big pile up out around the 27-yard line. They're still uncovering
Grizzlies
bodies.
say they have
And
it, they
Northwest
do.
has it. Northwest loves to do the high short kick, especially on this turf, because you can get a tricky bounce. That one bounced back toward the Grizzlies, and somebody in blue and gold fell on it. And Northwest is going to get a free possession here, about 28 yards away from the Stroud's end zone from our left to right. 1:20 to go, second quarter. Northwest 33, Salina Central 21, and now personnel issues. And a timeout's been called. One of these two teams was probably so shocked that their offense or defense had to come back out onto the field, they were late getting arranged.
Might be. A very fortuitous bounce for Northwest because the ball actually bounced back toward the Grizzlies when it landed. But Salina Central totally unprepared for that short kick by Tyler Smalley.
And that's one of the reasons teams like to use that high short kick sometimes, especially if you're a team that plays on turf like the Grizzlies do, because you can get that bounce.
I'm beginning to wonder if Carson Hart isn't down there disguised as number 36.
Yeah.
He was very good at placing a short high kick.
This was a timeout called by Salina Central. They're out of timeouts, by the way. Hey, we want to let you know our friend Jose Garcia at the 21st Avenue Barbershop gives $10 haircuts. All you've got to do is mention you heard about him on Grizzly Radio. Jose is a Grizzly alum, big supporter of Grizzly football. 21st Avenue Barbershop, Jose Garcia. Ask for him. Tell him you heard about him on Grizzly Radio. $10 haircuts by Jose Garcia at 21st Avenue Barbershop. 1st and 10 Grizzlies. From the 28-yard line it is of Salina Central. Shotgun for Jeremiah Moore, and he's going to fake the handoff, keep it up the middle he goes. He's inside the 25, down to the 24, maybe the 23-yard line. Brooks Richardson in on the stop, and Jeremiah quickly back to the shotgun position after a gain of 4 yards there. Brooks Richardson came into this game with 60 tackles. He is far and away the leader on this team, and he just added to his total there. Second down now and 6 for the Grizzlies. Moore, shotgun again. He'll run it again. Right up the middle to the 20. Not much doing. And on the stop was Nick Clayton that time, the linebacker, after Jeremiah picks up about 3, and it's 3rd and 2. Clock is running. 35 seconds left here in the quarter. Grizzlies, though, have all of their timeouts left. Moore gets the shotgun snap, hands it off to Phillips. LJ's got the first down and stays on his feet. And he's down to about the 14-yard line. He'll pick up 6. And the clock is stopped to set the chains with 28 seconds left. Again, Northwest with all 3 of their timeouts, and now they start the clock again at 23. Moore, shotgun. He's going to run the option, fakes the toss. He's inside the 10 and stacked up there. The Grizzlies will have to get a timeout here, and they do. Clock stops with 15 seconds left in the second quarter. Northwest will have a second down and about 6. Ball resting 10 yards away from the Stroud's end zone. It's Northwest 33 and Salina Central 21.
And there's a good opportunity here, a good chance that there's going to be a field goal try here if they can't negotiate the 15 yards remaining, or the 10 yards remaining in 15 seconds.
So we'll see what Steve Martin and company draw up. 17-0 Capon on top of Mays South. Second quarter score from Stryker Complex. Winner of this game plays the winner of that one. And at last check, it was Bishop Carroll 14, Mays 7 from Carroll High School. In another 5A game, the Grizzlies, if they win here, could potentially face one of those two in a couple of weeks. As we wind down the season with the state championship game just a few weeks away in Pittsburgh.
Hard to believe the season's winding down.
Yes, it is. It's blown by. 2nd and 5, Grizzlies here from the 10. Jeremiah Moore, shotgun. He's going to roll. He's got a man wide open. Pass caught. Touchdown. And that was Sincere Thompson. Lined up like a tight end and was wide open at the goal line. Nobody picked him up. And the Grizzlies find the end zone again. It's 39-21. They will do that with the H-back sometimes. Lines up as a hybrid blocker, but over toward the tight end position, and that's where Thompson was. Salina Central probably thought he was going to be a blocker, and they threw it to him. And now the Grizzlies will go for 2, up 39-21. Moore, shotgun, fade, corner of the end zone, overthrown and incomplete. So the Grizzlies do not convert again. We'll stay right here. 11 seconds left in the second quarter. Northwest 39, Salina Central 21.
And that's 6 points that were literally a gift to this team based on the kickoff.
If the Grizzlies do advance, they're going to have to figure this out, Kevin. Get into a close game in November. You can ill afford to give away as many points as they have after touchdowns.
They've given away 5 points after touchdowns so far tonight.
From our friend Joe Throush at Taco Prano, it's Bishop Carroll 14, Mays 7. And that game has gone to the half now. Taco Prano, one of our Grizzly Radio sponsors, locally owned and operated for 50 years. You can find them on 21st Street between Tyler and Ridge. Ask about their Money Saver combo.
And thanks for the updates.
Yes, indeed. Joe Thrush has a son who plays for Mays, so if the Grizzlies face them, we might get Joe up here in the booth, but that's still a couple of weeks away if it happens. Here's Smalley's kickoff. It's going to be another high, short one, and this one's going to bounce around at the 23. It's muffed and then picked up by the return man at about the 25-yard line, and that's Avery Richardson, and he's slung out of bounds inside the 25 at about the 22. Clock is down to just 4 seconds left in the second quarter, though. It's 39-21. Salina Central with the lead.
And it'd be interesting to see if Central goes for a Hail Mary pass here with only one opportunity for a play since they have no timeouts anyway.
Well, we've seen the arm of Kavanaugh. There's no doubt he can throw the ball quite a distance. But it looks like they're just going to get into victory formation.
And that's what they do.
And take a knee, and we'll take it to the half. Well, an interesting start to the half is 2 quick strikes for Salina Central in the first quarter, but only one score since. And as we go to the halftime show, the score is Northwest 39, Salina Central 21. Now stay tuned for the halftime show. You're listening to Grizzly Football presented by Mel Hambleton Ford. Interesting half. Yeah.
4, 5. points, and that kind of widened the margin to what we have now. Otherwise, it's been pretty nip and tuck all night, especially in the first quarter, back and forth all night.
Yeah, that was a huge play. To put it in perspective, the Grizzlies were up driving a 27 to 21, and then they got a touchdown to go up 33-21. And on the ensuing kickoff, it was a high short kick that took a Grizzly bounce. Essentially, it turned into an onside kick. It bounced toward the Grizzlies, even though a Salina Central player never touched it. Northwest fell on it, turned around and got another touchdown. The problem for the Grizzlies, Kevin, the reason they're not over the 40-point mark is because of missed extra points. And that's forced Steve Martin to go for 2 from time to time, and they've not converted there either, and it's 39-21.
They've left 5 extra points on the field. And you can't do that. You just can't do that. The special teams is having in that aspect, the kicking special team having a very poor night so far.
What's interesting is they've gone with Tyson Smalley for their kickoffs, and he has just boomed the football through the end zone when he's tried. Again, he did try the short kick, but that was by design. But he's clearly got the leg, and you start to wonder if at some point he's not implemented in to try extra points. But we'll see. But you're right, that's an area that the Grizzlies definitely have to shore up. All right, it's 39-21, Grizzlies with the lead on our Hog Wild Pit Barbecue halftime show. We'd also like to thank HTO for sponsoring Grizzly football. There's still time to stop by, grab a snack. If you're here at the stadium, head on over to HTO. They're right in front of the campus, a couple doors down from Quick Trip, and grab a tea or a snack and come back and enjoy the second half. HTO, right in front of the Northwest campus, says, go Grizzlies. They are big Northwest supporters. Thanks to them for their sponsorship.
Offensively for Northwest, no real surprises. Jeremiah Moore, 138 yards on the ground in the first half, 41 yards passing, combined with the pass play of Michael Lopez on the trick play. They're 5 for 5 passing the ball for a grand total of 41 yards. And then you have L.J. Phillips having another great night. He's got 115 yards in the first half running, so you're over 250 yards of running offense in the first half. You spread that out, 500-yard night, typical Northwest offense.
And this is a Salina Central defense that came in allowing less than 100 yards per game for their opponents. And the Grizzlies have seen some of that stout defense from time to time, but they've certainly had their moments plenty, including that early touchdown run by L.J. Phillips to answer a quick strike by Salina Central. And L.J. at one point from near midfield just found the edge and ran away from everybody for a long touchdown early in the contest. So it's 39-21, Northwest with the lead in our Hog Wild Pit Barbecue halftime show. We're going to take a timeout. When we come back, we'll hear from Lisa Hamilton and our friends at Mel Hamilton Ford to see the latest and greatest happening out there as our presenting sponsor of Grizzly football. So that coming up after this break. Again, the score, Northwest 39, Salina Central 21. This is Grizzly football, and it's presented by Mel Hamilton Ford.
All right. My mic is quiet. How's that? Is that better? I just potted myself up a little bit.
You actually want him to get louder?
I've never been accused of being quiet. That's just the biggest surprise of all. Exactly.
Wow. How about Michael? Michael's stepping up.
Stepping up. Yeah. He's here all week, too.
Yeah.
I don't hear the commercial. Thank you. Need another coat? What do they do with that? You want to give them a headset and the two of you talk? You want to bring a mic up? You pull it up. long is Lisa? It just started now.
I'm sorry? Yes, we are. That's weird. That's as much wire as you got, so just stand behind me.
Okay, sounds good.
It's tied off. I'm fine.
I didn't want to run into you.
What's that?
I said I didn't want to run into it. It looked like I was going to strangle it with the...
I'm fine. Before you leave, do me a favor.
Yeah, never?
Put yourself on my phone.
There you go. If you want to send me a text too, that'd be great. It's a good night for football.
I'm going to call you next week.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a good night for football. Not too cold. Oh boy, I bet that's fun.
Hey, if play starts, since it's kind of close, I might take it, and then after the first score, bring you back in. Do you have a few minutes? Is that okay? Okay, fine. Okay.
Just watching the game, man. This is easy.
All right, cool. I don't want to keep you from your friend, though. I don't want to keep you from your friend.
I already This other guy who's over there, but I didn't finish it. It's the first quarter. Somebody over like,
He knows he's with a celebrity. He knows he's with a celebrity.
yeah, right. I had the feeling
Can we just check this?
It's a little better.
Yeah. Welcome back to Grizzly Stadium on our Hog Wild Pit Barbecue halftime show. It's 39-21, and Northwest with the lead, thanks to Hog Wild at 21st and Tyler for sponsoring Grizzly football. Well, it's been a great partnership that Grizzly football on radio has had with ESPN Wichita 92.3, the brand new ESPN Wichita that just signed on this past summer. And I don't know how much you listening have had a chance to listen to some of the other programming, but this station is really blown and grown here in the Wichita area. In fact, they recently hired a brand new sports director, Pat Strothman, who ironically comes here from Salina, of all places. So he's very familiar with this Salina Central program. He is also the voice of Kansas Wesleyan football, and he's been doing that for several years, and he joins us here tonight. Pat, welcome along, and thanks for stopping by.
yeah, great to be here. Great to be. Thank you. I didn't know where to put the microphone. Because I project, so when you project so loud, sometimes you want to put the microphone away from your mouth area. So thank you for your help, though.
Sure.
Good to be with you all. And it's been great getting a chance to listen to you guys every single Friday night. You guys do a wonderful job. And obviously a great football team here in Northwest. Watching L.J. Phillips and Jeremiah Moore, those are some two really sensational players that I have ever seen in my lifetime. And I can't wait to see what they do here in the second half. It's still got a half to go. So
The speed that they play with, the athletes, but also the tempo of their offense, you don't see much like it at this level.
no, and it was really apparent on the really good strike. Salina Central had that quick strike of 81 yards. So I'm thinking, all right, Salina Central, it's playoff football. They've won a lot of games with 7-2, so they're having a good bounce back season. So I was like, all right, let's see how Northwest responds. First play happens, and within like 2 seconds, they take the snap. And I'm thinking, oh, it's that type of tempo. You've seen up tempo football at high school level.
We're used to it here, by the way.
I'm not used to that tempo. See, when I listen to you guys up there, you can sense just how quickly the ball is being snapped. But to see it in person is a real treat. It's something that I have never seen before. And I feel bad for the referees. The referees are going to be the one like hustling in, make sure the ball gets down. How about they take the snap and go forward? So
They don't get any rest here.
oh no, absolutely. And that's what you got to do with this football team as well at Northwest. That's how they really pull away from opponents. I think opponents can maybe stick with Northwest for a little bit, but at the end of the day, this Northwest team has a lot of endurance and the stamina that's there. That's what really separates them. There's so many athletes in the guys, but when you can go with the athleticism, combine that with the stamina and the endurance, that's when teams fall apart in quarters 3 and 4. Northwest doesn't fall apart in quarters 3 and 4. They're just getting warmed up and just really starting to get going. So that's why I can't wait to see what happens here in the second half. We saw a great first half, and I'm really looking forward to see what happens here in half number 2.
39-21, Northwest with the lead at the Hog Wild Pit Barbecue halftime show. This is Pat Strothman of ESPN Wichita, the sports director and host of The Pulse, which is heard on weekdays from 2 to 4 on ESPN Wichita 92.3. The website, by the way, is simply ESPN Wichita, so it's very easy to find. Yeah. Tell us about your station, Pat. This station, brand new, that our games are airing on, and just the vision for what the folks have there, because it seems like every few weeks you're acquiring a new program or a local talk show, and really exciting times to be a part of it.
Yeah, this has been a lot of fun for me, and I'm still learning as I go. As soon as I came here, it's like, all right, this is great. But then it's like, now how do we sound as a radio station? Now we got 9 hours of sports talk compared to the previous when we just changed Dennis and it was some people in Kansas State. Now we had we had Jack Johnson. It just continues to grow and grow and grow. But I think that the most important thing is ESPN Wichita is locally owned, and I think that's the number one message that has to come across here. It's not like this is a radio station owned by someone that's located in Oregon. There are people who are here in this community that care for sports, and they understand that there's a need for sports. Someone's got to fill that void, and those are the people who make this possible. So a locally owned company, and then you have Chad Boger, who's really running the show. Union Broadcasting, his reputation speaks for itself. All you gotta do is just type in his name in Google, and you can figure out real quick what Chad Boger's all about. Wherever he's been, success has followed. And there's no doubt that I think that ESPN Wichita is going to be the exact same way. And to have Northwest on it's been great. And that's just really, I think, the start of it. I think we're just getting going. I think people keep forgetting we've only been on the air since June. And I've only been in Wichita since the start of October. So we're still getting our feet underneath us, but we're building that foundation, and I think it's a foundation that really revolves around local sports.
Pat, can you stay with us for a few?
Absolutely.
All right, Grizzlies are going to get the football first to start the second half. Your second half kickoff brought to you by Jensen Chiropractic, right across from Northwest High School, down from Ziggy's Pizza, where you can get sports physicals for $20. Jensen Chiropractic sponsors your second half kickoff, which we thought was going to happen, but then flags are flying all over the place, so hold everything. 39-21 is the score. Northwest with the lead as we start the second half. But it looks like Salina Central is guilty of a penalty to get it started.
Well, we're going to do it all over again.
Yeah, that's good news for the Grizzlies. They deferred to start the game, and that backfired. Salina Central with a quick two-play scoring drive, but Northwest will now get the football to start the second half.
I'm not sure it's backfired, to be honest with you.
Well, Salina Central scored 2 plays later.
They did, but we scored right at the end of the half. Now we're going to get the ball back again. If we score again, that actually works in our favor.
That's a good point. All right, so the ball backs up 5 for Salina Central, and the kickoff is away, and it's going to be a low one bouncing around, and this is going to be returned across the 35-yard line out near the 39. So the Grizzlies will have it there, and that's Michael Lopez on the return. So the Grizzlies 61 yards away from the Stroud's end zone, 1st and 10, leading 39-21 over Salina Central. So here come the Grizzlies now. Jeremiah Moore. Pat Strothman brought up a great point, Kevin. This team does seem to really, you can play with them for a while, but so many times they tend to run away from teams in the second half. We'll see what happens here.
They do.
1st and 10, handoff Sincere Thompson right up the middle. But there's the run defense for Salina Central, the best run defense we've seen so far. A gain of a yard or two. Capon shut down the Grizzlies really well, but numbers-wise, Salina Central really gets it done. That time, Calvin Hemery on a stop after a gain. Ended up being about a 5-yard pickup. Looked like Sincere was only going to get a couple, but he just kept dragging defenders with him. 2nd down and 5. Shotgun for Moore. 3 receivers out to the far side, and Jeremiah's going to keep it around the left side. He's going to get bottled up at the 49, but keeps churning forward to the 50 to the 49. That low center of gravity kept telling Jeremiah pull forward, and he ends up picking up the first down before Kaysen Graham is able to stop him. But the chains will move.
Jeremiah Moore carried 3 guys on his back picking up those 5 yards.
He's been watching Sincere Thompson and L.J. Phillips do a lot of that all season long. 1st and 10 from the 49, whistles, and we've got a penalty on Northwest. So this one will come back. It's Jacob Lamb who guilty of the false start, and that'll bring it back 5. About a minute gone, 3rd quarter. Grizzlies up 39-21. Pat Strothman, let's work you in real quick. This Salina Central team done a good job, has Mark Sandbo, their head coach.
Oh, without question. I know last year was really just a blip on the radar. It really was an outlier, and they found a way to bounce back the big way this year.
Grizzlies played them in the last year and won 68-12. Jeremiah Moore zone read right up the gut, and look out, there he goes to the 30, to the 20, to the 10. Touchdown Grizzlies from 54 yards. Jeremiah Moore right up the gut to the house on a zone read. It's 46-21. Pat, you were talking about speed. How about that?
It's just incredible. his first half numbers, I walked over to the Salina Central board, and I totaled up his numbers, and I saw 122 and 3 touchdowns.
Oh my God, how long has it been?
And I was like, that's a quarterback doing that? A quarterback is doing that? And it's just incredible to look at his, I know his size, he's not the biggest guy in the world, but he brought up a low center of gravity, he's just so big. But the offensive line does a great job too, and he hits the hole hard, and once he breaks into the second level, it's good.
And Braden Sauter knocks through the extra point. We'll stay right here. 10:42 to go, third quarter. Northwest 46 and Salina Central 21. And Kevin Arkin, I'll bring it to you now because we saw in that play something we see so often, and that's this Grizzly offensive line dominating right up the middle, and that's where Jeremiah took that one.
He took it right where the hole was made by the offensive line, all the way to the house in a typical Northwest drive. 4 plays, 61 yards.
And the penalty, not really, but a minor hiccup for them. It just made Jeremiah's run 5 yards longer than what it would have been.
It made no difference whatsoever.
All right, so it'll be Smalley kicking it off again for Northwest. Again, he has been injected into the starting lineup, handling kickoffs only. We have not seen him yet attempt extra points, although that's been a struggle for the Grizzlies tonight. However, Braden Sauter did pop through his last extra point. Kevin will get to some keys to the second half after this kickoff as Smalley is about ready to do that. He's going to get this one away, and once again he's going to pop it through the end zone for another touchback. Your keys to the second half brought to you by Central Auto Repair and Electric, where you can leave your keys with them while they give you a ride where you need to go. 975 Northwest Street. Kevin, some keys to the second half.
For Northwest, it's real simple. Keep doing what you're doing. They've got the running game going, and just keep it going throughout the rest of the evening for Central. They've got to find a way to stop Northwest on offense, and they've got to get themselves some turnovers.
From Bishop Carroll, Joe Thrush of Taco Prano tells us Mays has tied that one up. Mays 14, Carroll 14, 4 minutes to go, third quarter.
I told you that would be a barn burner.
So far, it has turned into one. Shotgun formation here for Kavanaugh on first down, and he throws a pass out into the flats. Nicely done to hold on to it. And that was Logan Losey, who gets dropped by Jeremiah Harris. Thought for a moment that one might be too high and incomplete. Losey makes the catch for a gain of 5. Salina Central from our left to right in the road white uniforms, white jerseys, white pants, maroon numerals. Second down and 5 after Kavanaugh completes for 5 to Losey. Kavanaugh will send out 5 receivers, 4, 2 to each side. Running back is behind him, shifting from the left side to the right. Kavanaugh has the shotgun snap, runs a play action, has to throw under duress, and he threw it to the Grizzlies. Here comes Northwest the other way. A spin by Heidebrecht at the 10, to the 5, to the goal line. Touchdown Northwest. A pick 6 for Ben Heidebrecht, and Northwest is up their lead. Holding on Salina Central, so the score holds. Kevin, we talked about in the first half, Kavanaugh was getting under pressure and just throwing the ball away, and we said that he might pay a heavy price if he did it again, and that's exactly what happened.
He did, and Damasio Sandoval created all the pressure, forcing a hurried throw and an inaccurate throw right into the breadbasket of Heidebrecht.
And now here's Braden Sauter. It'd be a nice little boost if he can get 2 extra points through in a row. And the snap is back, and it looks like he has done just that.
Nope, he missed left.
He yanked it wide left. He had plenty of leg, but that one wide left. 9:54 to go third quarter. Northwest 52 and Salina Central 21. Pat Strothman is with us, sports director at ESPN Wichita 92.3. And the Grizzlies, Pat, have one of the real defensive gurus in the game, and Mark Marinelli is their defensive coordinator. As much as their offense gets credit for, Salina Central had 2 quick touchdowns in this game very early in the first quarter, and they've only scored 1 time since.
That's the one thing I was talking about to someone across the way. We were mentioning out loud, this could be a shootout, but we also both understood which team is going to make that adjustment on the defensive side and you saw Northwest make the adjustment. Is Martin Marinelli, is he rocking the flip-flops today? He's a big flip-flop guy. Did you know that?
I just know he's in the big blue coat there with the stripes.
Flip-flops. I know him and Sam Sellers, I think coach of Salina South, big flip-flop guy. Huge flip-flop guy.
Yeah.
So, anyways, but yeah, you bring up a great point. As much as you can talk about shootouts and offenses and how good they are, it comes out of defense sometimes, and that's what you're seeing here tonight in Northwest.
Smalley booms one through for a touchback again. 9:54 to go here in the third quarter. Well, Pat Strothman, sports director at ESPN Wichita, thank you for your time. It's been a lot of fun. You're going to be filling in for me next week. If Northwest is playing, I'll be on the road, so it'll be you. And watch out for this Arkin guy, will you?
I look forward to working with you there.
Kevin's going to have to pick me up. He's got to carry me next week.
You'll be fine. You'll be fine.
Thanks, guys. It's been a pleasure. Thanks for all you guys do. You guys do a heck of a job.
Looking forward to being with you next week.
And thanks to ESPN Wichita as well for helping bring you Grizzly football. It's been a good night for the Grizzlies. 1st and 10, Salina here from their own 20-yard line. And a little dump-off pass to Losi out in the flats again. And this one again will only pick up about 4 yards at 2nd down and 6. Clock running, 9:35 to go third quarter, 52-21. Northwest has the lead. Ben Heidebrecht, a pick six for Northwest moments ago. That is his second pick six of the season. Shotgun for Kavanaugh, throws out to the near side, and that pass is broken up.
That was almost picked off.
And that was out on the near side. Jeremiah Harris, I think, on the deflection. It's 3rd and 6.
And Heidebrecht was in the middle of that little mess down there as well.
Ben Heidebrecht had an interception return for a touchdown in the midway point of the regular season for about 95 yards. That one was closer to about 30. 3rd down and 7 for Kavanaugh here. Throws on the run again, and Heidebrecht is there in coverage again. And Kavanaugh's not lucky, is lucky that Heidebrecht didn't catch that one as well. It's 4th down.
And if Heidebrecht catches that one, he's got a wall in front of him headed for the end zone.
And again, talking about the defensive adjustments for Northwest, Salina Central is looking at another 3-and-out right here as it's 4th down and 6. Now Kavanaugh is showing shotgun, but he's done that before and dropped back into punt formation. Now he's working the play clock and looking to the sideline, and we'll see if he doesn't do it again. They are at their own 24-yard line, and they are going to go for it here. Kavanaugh's back, throws out to the far side, and it's nearly picked off.
Heidebrecht almost got another pick six.
I think it was Dontrell Harris, actually, who jumped the route, and had he held onto it, he would still be running.
Nobody in front of him.
No.
At all.
Kavanaugh dropped back and just telegraphed that one, and Harris stepped in front perfectly. So how about this for the Grizzlies? They start this drive 24 yards away from the Stroud's end zone, 1st and 10. Leading 52-21 already is Northwest. 9:11 to go third quarter. Grizzlies have outscored Salina Central in this quarter 13-0. Handoff L.J. Phillips. He's coming right on 1st down to the 20, inside stiff arms at the 15, and dragged down near the 10-yard line. That'll move the chains. That's a Grizzly 1st down, but there's a flag, so hold on. Probably have a hold out there on the far side where L.J. turned the corner because the Grizzlies are coming back. Indeed, that's a receiver, Michael Lopez, grabbing some cloth illegally, and that'll bring the Grizzlies back to the 30-yard line of Salina Central.
It ends up being a 6-yard penalty from the line of scrimmage.
So 1st and 16, Jeremiah Moore, shotgun. He's back and he's looking to throw. Heaves one down to the near side, and it's overthrown and incomplete into double coverage as he had Takari Brown back there, and that pass incomplete. Do we have another flag? I think we do. He said 53. That's Tucker Ross. Did I hear that?
No, that isn't. He must have meant 58.
Yeah, you hear jokes about officials needing glasses, but they had L.J. Phillips playing defense earlier in this game, saying 24 instead of 34. And they're down on the field, Kevin.
I know. They're a lot closer to it than we are.
Yeah. That makes it 1st down and 20 for the Grizzlies from the 35 of Salina Central. Moore, shotgun, handoff Phillips, Sincere Thompson right up the gut. He's inside the 15 down to about the 20-yard line. So they picked up 15 of the 20 needed on first down and 20, and just like that, the Grizzlies have second down and about 5.
And they're back in business again.
Yes, they are. About 21 yards away from the Stroud's end zone. Second down and 5, Jeremiah Moore. And he's going to run a zone read, keep it around the right side, slung down at the 20. It looked like he was about to break away, but then one of the defenders for Salina Central said, no, you don't. That was Braden McKnight, the defensive lineman, that slung him down to the ground. It's third down after a loss on the play. Grizzlies back to the 21-yard line now, as they'll get some substitutions in and out. Jeremiah Moore takes his time looking over to the sideline. And now he's got the play and he's ready on third down and 6 from just outside the 20. 3 receivers, slots to the near side. Moore just going to dump off a little screen to L.J. Phillips. Phillips is free at the 15 to the 10. Bounces off a tackle at the 5, and he's in. Touchdown Grizzlies. L.J. Phillips on a little dump off on third down and 6. And he's in the end zone as a receiving running back, and the Grizzlies now up 58-21.
Another long 3-play drive for the Grizzlies.
Hampered by a couple of penalties, but only for a short period of time. Sauter's extra point on its way and through. There you go. 7.5 to go, third quarter. Northwest 59, Salina Central 21. This is Grizzly football presented by Mel Hamilton Ford.
All of a sudden, I'm feeling a little bit comfortable.
Yeah.
Let's get
I don't see us getting outscored by 39.
No, I don't either. I'm getting cold.
Seven and a half left in the third quarter, and the Grizzlies just pouring it on in this third quarter, which is not even halfway through, and Northwest has scored 3 times already, and they lead 59-21. As this Grizzly machine steamrolling towards another game next week against either Capon or Mays South. That last check, it was 17-0. Capon was leading that game, but that was in the first half. We'll try to get an update and see if Mays South has been able to mount some sort of comeback as Smalley bounces one through the end zone. It is 30-7 Capon in the third quarter.
And that's the 5th touchback for Smalley tonight.
The only time he hasn't was when he wanted to kick it short on purpose.
Exactly.
Salina Central first and 10 from their own 20-yard line. From our left to right, trailing the Grizzlies 59-21. So Capon seems to be in command of their contest against Mays South. First and 10 for Kavanaugh here. High snap, and he barely gets the pass off under pressure and didn't get a good grip on it. The pass incomplete at second down.
He short hopped his receiver, who was only 10 yards away.
(59-21) Northwest with the lead. Second and 10 for Salina Central. Parker Kavanaugh takes a look over to the sideline. His team 7-2 on the season. Had a nice year. Knocked off Liberal 48-10 last week, but this is a different animal, these Grizzlies. He'll drop back and throw one deep down the middle of the field. The pass is too high. Incomplete. Losey is there, guarded by Heidebrecht. Didn't see much contact, but here comes a flag.
I don't know if they're going to get Heidebrecht or if they're going to get Losey for offensive interference.
Didn't see much contact either way. Official's going to tell us, though.
They called it on Heidebrecht for a hold.
Well, maybe that's why we didn't see it, because we were looking when the pass got there, and this was earlier on. right as Losey made his break off the line of scrimmage, apparently, because it's a hold and not pass interference. So that'll be a chance transmissions first down for Salina Central. It moves the ball up to their own 30-yard line. From our left to right they go, trailing the Grizzlies 59-21, 7:21 left, third quarter. Parker Kavanaugh's out of the shotgun, and he's got three receivers and a slot on the near side, and he's dropping back and he's scrambling and running around and runs out of time, loses the football. It's on the turf, and the Grizzlies have it. Well, Kavanaugh's been a little careless with the football too many times, and I think Jerome Reagan is the one who pounced on it at the 30-yard line of Salina Central. And the Grizzlies, who came into this game dominating in turnovers, plus 17, have added to that by a few here tonight.
I have a question. What did Marinelli tell that defense in that meeting?
Jeremiah Moore out of the shotgun, handoff to Sincere Thompson. Thompson in behind left guard, falling forward inside the 25, down to the 24-yard line. He's dropped right there. I can't answer that other than to say that when he speaks, people listen. There was an old commercial that said that, wasn't it?
Yep, E.F. Hutton.
Yeah, well.
This is E.F. Marinelli.
I guess so. Earful, is that what EF stands for in his case?
Oh, look at this.
Handoff, Sincere Thompson up the middle, 10-5 touchdown. Nobody home after he got through the line. The Grizzlies have put up more than 60 again. 65-21 as Thompson scores the fourth touchdown of the third quarter.
The Grizzlies are just on fire here in this third quarter, and they are just taking it to the Salina Central Mustangs.
Now the running clock is 45 points, and we could be there with this made extra point, and it's good. 6:37 left in the third quarter, and the Grizzlies are now up 45, 66-21.
I'd have to be honest with you, Steve. This kind of a blowout is not what I was expecting. Especially at halftime. Even at halftime, when we had a lead, I didn't expect us to come out in the third quarter and put 4 touchdowns on the board.
Well, and I didn't expect Salina Central to get shut out since the second quarter.
Me either.
It was each team going back and forth, but Central scored 2 quick touchdowns in the first quarter, and they've only scored 1 time since. And their defense, their offense is nice. Kavanaugh's a good quarterback. He's got some good support with his running back and
He's got
receivers.
good weapons to work with, absolutely.
Yeah.
But they have just not been able to get it done since we had our team meeting.
21st Avenue Barbershop, Jose Garcia, $10 haircuts. Just mentioned you heard about him on Grizzly Radio. They're at the corner of 21st and Tyler. Ask for Jose Garcia, Grizzly alum, supporter of Grizzly Athletics. $10 haircuts thanks to Jose Garcia and his sponsorship of Grizzly football as Smalley another touchback through the end zone. Our thanks to Phil's Coins for sponsoring our coin toss. Get the best price on gold, silver, and bullion at Phil's Coins, 9344 West Central. Pre-game show sponsor, HTO. Our halftime show sponsor is Hog Wild. And that brings us to our post-game show sponsor, 4 Points Insurance and Financial Services, where it's the annual enrollment period for your 2022 Medicaid plan. No penalty. Slots are filling up fast, so give Chuck Yance a call at 4 Points Insurance and Financial Services to get your annual enrollment period plan taken care of. 946-0721, 946-0721. 4 Points Insurance and Financial Services brings you your Grizzly post-game show coming up after a while. The clock is now running, Kevin Arkin, because the Grizzlies are up 45.
Was not expecting a running clock game here tonight.
Especially after the way it started.
Exactly.
1st and 10. Here's a little swing pass now out to the running back, Micah Moore, who throws a stiff arm out at the 30. And he's out near the 35-yard line. That'll be a chance transmissions first down. And the talk and chatter is starting to become a little bit prevalent because a flag has just been thrown well after, and another one rains down as well. And a lot of times that's on the team that's trailing when the frustrations start to set in, and the Grizzlies are pointing in the direction of Salina Central.
The wheels of this kind of fallen off for the Mustangs here.
Yeah, really have. It's one thing that a coach tries to preach to his team is when a game gets out of hand, keep your composure. Kind of a good life lesson, too. That is Micah Moore, the tailback for Salina Central, who committed 2 personal fouls there and is out of the game.
He's been ejected for 2 unsportsmanlike conduct penalties, both of which happened on this play. So evidently he said something to a player and then said something to an official.
And he is not the primary ball carrier for this team. Kenyon McMillan is. He's the 1,000-yard rusher, and we've not seen much of McMillan since the first quarter. I don't know if he got injured or what, but if he is not coming back and Moore is gone, that means they're going to have to go 3 deep in the running back depth chart to get somebody to carry the football.
And this is a smart play by Northwest. They just took a timeout. And this is going to be Steve Martin saying, look, we've got the big lead. Let's play our game and let's keep our cool, and we'll get out of here and play somebody next week. And I think that's the smartest thing he could do.
Yeah, you don't want to get caught up in all of that because you've got something to lose, and Salina Central doesn't at this point.
Exactly. Take the high road.
4:37 left, third quarter. It is 66-21 Northwest with the lead. After we went back and forth, each team scored 2 touchdowns in the first quarter. Winner of this will play the winner of Capon and Mays South, which appears to be Capon. They're leading 30-3, and it looks like they're about to go up by more out at Heights High School as they've just scored a long touchdown. 30-14, I beg your pardon, but I think Capon has just scored a touchdown to add to that 16-point lead.
I wasn't aware that they were playing that game at Heights.
Yeah, it's not at Stryker.
I just thought it was. I wonder if we're going to go to Heights next week.
I can't answer that.
You know, part of that has to do with crowd, with the facilities at Stryker don't hold a lot of people. And if they're thinking in terms of, crowd size, they need a bigger stadium. Heights is perfect for that. They have great seating at Heights, as we do here at Northwest.
Fasten your seatbelts for this score update coming up after this play. It is 1st and 10 for Salina Central. It's 1st and 10 because Micah Moore picked up the first down and then committed 2 personal fouls after the play was over. So they lost 30 yards. However, it was still 1st and 10 and not 1st and 40 because they did pick up the first down on his play. And Salina Central just ran for 4 yards there. Kavanaugh to the shotgun on 2nd and 6, and now whistles galore. All right. Mays has taken the lead. Zach Morford called for a penalty. Mays has taken the lead over Bishop Carroll. Mays has scored 21 unanswered points after trailing 14-0. It is Mays 21, Bishop Carroll 14 from Carroll High School. How about that?
That's a big score. We'll see if it holds. Last week Carroll trailed most of the game and then came back to win.
Converted a 4th and 17 to help send that game to overtime and eventually win. 2nd down and a yard after a Zach Morford penalty. Kavanaugh's back, throws it again in the middle of nowhere dangerously, and it's incomplete, and it's 3rd down and a yard. Here it's 66-21, so the clock is continuing to run now, even after the incomplete pass. The threshold is 45 points in the second half. If a team is ahead, they will run the clock continuously, except when timeouts are called or injuries. We did not think we would get here going into the game, or certainly after the first quarter when it's back and forth. 3rd down and a yard here for Salina Central. Kavanaugh's out of the shotgun, and he drops back, and he's just going to dump it off, and nowhere to go as the running back. Well, he breaks out of one tackle, surges forward to the 25. One of the Grizzlies got there in a hurry but didn't wrap up, and that ended up being a pass completion for a 1st down.
And Heidebrecht, on each of the last 2 plays, was held in front of the referee, and he didn't throw a flag. I mean, he had a handful of jersey.
Clock running, 2:20 to go, third quarter. Grizzlies up 66-21. That first down for Salina Central brought to you by Chance Transmissions. Shotgun formation for Kavanaugh. Just heaves one up, overthrown and incomplete, and nearly picked off by Jeremiah Harris. It was interesting because Logan Losey was the intended receiver who wears number 11. Jeremiah Harris nearly picked it off. He wears number 11, and he almost caught it and took it to the house, which would have been the second pick six for the Grizzlies tonight. Ben Heidebrecht already has one.
Would have been the second pick six in this quarter.
That's right. Boy, for a running clock now, this has been a long third quarter because of all the Grizzlies scores.
And all the penalties.
That's right. Second down and 10, Salina Central from their own 25-yard line. Kavanaugh's out of the shotgun, running back to his left. And he's got the shotgun snap. Deep drop, now rolling to the left and throwing to the left, and it's incomplete. Intended for Vidrickson over on the far side, but knocked away, incomplete. Nick Clayton has gone into play running back now for Salina Central. He is their starting linebacker, but apparently about third on the depth chart when it comes to running backs.
That tells me that no one must be hurt.
Yeah, again, he's a 1,000-yard rusher, and he had a 51-yard run in the first half, and we've not seen him since the first quarter.
Yeah.
Third down and 10 for Central here. Kavanaugh out of the gun again. He'll send out four receivers, two set to each side. Running back is to his left. And Kavanaugh now sees movement along the line, and a flag is thrown, and this is going to be a procedure on Central. David Brown jumped off sides, moved for the offense, so a false start, moves it back to 3rd and 15. Parker Kavanaugh, a 165-pound senior playing his final game for Central tonight, drops back here, heaves one down the near side. He's got a man there in traffic, and he nearly came down with it, Vidrickson did, but it's incomplete and it's fourth down. Stay tuned after the game. We'll have our gem of the game brought to you by Christopher Daniels Watch and Jewelry Repair, and we'll also have our Put It in the Bag Cleaners play of the game. We have reached the fourth quarter with a score, Northwest 66, Salina Central 21. This is Grizzly Football presented by Mel Hamilton Ford.
Gem of the game. Phillips' big run.
Heidebrecht. How about the Heidebrecht?
That's the, what do you call it? Not Put It in the Bag Cleaners thing. Once that game's over.
I think the onside kick was the Put It in the Bag. I thought the onside kick.
I would have a hard time arguing with that.
That's two straight.
He's 12 and number 0.
He's 12?
And number 0. In their third.
All right, ready for quarter number 4 from Grizzly Stadium. The Northwest Grizzlies 66 and the Salina Central Mustangs 21. As quickly as Mays took the lead against Bishop Carroll, the Golden Eagles of Carroll have answered. It's 21-21, Carroll and Mays with 6 minutes left in the contest. We talked about how seldom you see overtime in high school football. What if Carroll had one 2 weeks in a row?
That would be interesting, wouldn't it?
Parker Kavanaugh is going to jump back into punt formation here on 4th down and 15, and he's going to boot this one away. Ben Heidebrecht's going to let it trickle out of bounds in Grizzly territory at about the 42-yard line. 39-yard punt, no return. And the clock will continue to run because the Grizzlies are up 45 points at 66-21. Well, it looks like it'll be the Grizzlies and Capon next week, as expected. The two lower seeds come away with the win, and now the higher seeds, I guess technically is the accurate term. These teams will meet up next week.
I guess it'll be interesting to see where that game is.
Yeah, because again, Carroll is the home team tonight, and they're playing, or Capon is the home team tonight, and they're playing at Heights and not at Stryker. There might be a soccer game, you think, at Stryker tonight?
It could be. Or it could be they just wanted a different venue for increased fan capacity.
Is that a knock on Stryker?
No, it's just a statement of fact. Heights is bigger.
Jace Glasper is in at quarterback for the Grizzlies. And he's going to hand it off. I think this is Donovan Agee right up the middle. Nope, this is Rolandus Smith. Rolandus Smith with a nice hole and a nice gain. He'll pick up a first down inside the 40-yard line to the 38. Well, where do these players come from that you never call their name, and then when Steve Martin empties the bench in previous weeks, it's been Donovan Agee carrying the football, and now Rolandus Smith out of nowhere has a nice game. Gabe Williams is another one that we've called the name of in mop-up situation, but Rolandus Smith we've not called until tonight.
And he made a good run that time up to them.
Well, here's why, Kevin. He's a freshman. 5'9", 155-pound freshman.
There you go.
That just peeled one up the middle. There's an injured player down on the field. That's a a Salina Central defender who's down and injured. And that's Avery Richardson, a cornerback, down at the 40-yard line, and now he's up, and he'll leave under his own power. I didn't mind at all if you wanted to take a shot at Stryker Complex. It really wouldn't have bothered me about it.
I mean, it is the worst place in Wichita to go to do a game.
A football game.
A football game, yeah.
It's a beautiful complex.
It is a beautiful complex, but it's just horrible for football.
It's not a football stadium.
No, it's not.
1st and 10 for Northwest. Grizzlies 38 yards away from the Sprouts end zone. Jace Glasper, the backup quarterback, is in for Northwest. He's got the high snap and he hauls it in. This will be a running play that's not going to do much. Snuffed out well by Salina Central.
And Central has not done much of that tonight.
Good run defense, but the Grizzlies have gotten the better of it. That was Shimon Whitaker, by the way. Grizzlies have him listed as a senior receiver, but he is in the backfield carrying the football in this mop-up roll. 9.5 to go, fourth quarter. Grizzlies up 66-21. Northwest and Carroll next week. We'll have that for you right here on ESPN Wichita, 6:30 pregame.
And most of the offensive starters are gone now.
And the Grizzlies will also wisely work some clock with the play clock down to 5. Now Jace Glasper looks at his center, and he's got the shotgun snap, and he's going to hand this one off. And this is Smith again, off left tackle to the 38-yard line. And that's back to the original line of scrimmage, and it's third down and about 10. Well, we've seen a lot of Grizzly sophomores get in mop-up roles. You don't many times see freshmen do it.
Not in a playoff game, no.
Steve Martin really building a solid foundation with some true underclassmen in this situation. Orlando Smith, a freshman running back, is in the game and shining here on a couple of carries. Third down and 10, though, for the Grizzlies here. Jace Glasper out of the shotgun, hands it off to Smith again, dancing around at the line of scrimmage, and does a good job to fall forward inside the 35 to the 34-yard line. And that'll bring up fourth down.
And I'm sure they're going to go ahead and go for it. They don't gain much by punting.
Give these backups an opportunity to try to make something happen in what to them is a critical fourth down play.
Well, that shows you what I know.
Yeah, no sooner than we say that, Steve Martin decides to punt it away.
Punt unit just came in.
Well, he might be thinking sportsmanship there.
He might, and, I can understand that too.
You would like to test your underclassmen, but at the same time, you're up by 45 points. Jeremiah Moore skies this punt. It's not going to go very far. In fact, it takes a Salina Central bounce on top of that to the 30-yard line. Well, maybe Coach Martin wishes he would have gone for it now. It's a 5-yard punt. That'll hurt the old average.
Yeah, well, no question.
Jeremiah doesn't punt it enough, so really a 5-yard punt could drastically drop the average well under 30 yards, which is what it was before the game. Clock is still running. We're approaching the 7-minute mark left in the contest. Grizzlies up big, 66-21.
And this is the best field position of the night for Salina Central.
Our thanks to Jensen Chiropractic for sponsoring the first and second half kickoffs. Susan Jensen, Jensen Chiropractic will perform sports physicals for just $20. She's right across the street from Northwest High School. Here is a first down snap to Parker Kavanaugh, the quarterback, and he's around the right side. He's got some room across the 40, out to about the 43-yard line. Nice game for him. And that'll bring up first down. That is a Chance Transmissions first down. So the chains will move out to the 46-yard line. Clock running, 6:15 to go, fourth quarter. Grizzlies up big here. And Salina Central, down as much as they are, don't appear to be in any big hurry to get anything going offensively.
I think they're just playing it out at this point.
Kavanaugh's got the shotgun snap, pump fakes, nothing's there. So he'll roll out to the near side, then throw incomplete. And that was Losey again, who appears to be his favorite target, but those two cannot connect there, and it's going to bring up second down. Clock still running, 5:40 left. Grizzlies up 45 points.
We haven't said anything about the crowd tonight. Salina Central drew very well. Their side of the bleachers had a lot of people. There's several hundred people over there.
Yeah, they really did. Second down play here is just going to be a run that goes nowhere. Grizzly defense getting the job done, and it's going to be third down. Under 5 minutes left in the game now. Third down and 9 for Salina Central. Kavanaugh takes a look over to the sideline, gets some direction on this play. And again, as we talked about, no real hurry here for Central in spite of the fact that they're trailing. Probably want to minimize the opportunity for somebody to get hurt as much as anybody, albeit down 45 points. Here's a pass play by Kavanaugh. Ball batted up in the air, and it comes down dangerously close to being intercepted. What a play that time by Jacob King, charging in and making the play. And Kevin, he is not in the starting lineup anymore, but he made a great play there.
He did make a great play, and he almost got himself 6 points.
He nearly batted that pass in the air and watched it come down into his hands. And I beg your pardon, Jacob is out there with all the starters who are still in the contest. He did not play there last week. Fourth down and 9 for Salina Central from their own 45-yard line. Clock at 3:48 left. Fourth quarter, 66-21, Northwest with the lead. Kavanaugh's back throws down the far sideline, and that pass is going to be caught by Losey, and that'll be at the Grizzly 40-yard line. 15-yard pickup, that's a Chance Transmissions first down.
Pretty nice pass play there for the Mustangs to move the chains.
Up to the 40-yard line of the Grizzlies. Shotgun for Kavanaugh. He's got the high snap, hauls it in, back, looking. A lot of time, directs some traffic, now throws deep down the middle of the field into a double team, and it's incomplete. And it was intended for Losey again, who's had his number called a number of times tonight, but that one well overthrown, and probably wisely so by Kavanaugh. Losey was well covered.
Heidebrecht was closest to the ball of the three people back there, and yeah, you're right. The best thing that happened to him was that he overthrew it.
Clock under 2:45 left in the game now. Northwest up 66-21. How big is this Grizzly and Capon matchup going to be next week? No matter where it is. No matter where it is.
You're right.
They could play that one in China. It would be big. Second and 10. Dropping back is Kavanaugh. Little receiver screen. He's got a man open. Up the middle of the field he goes inside the 35. Down near the 30-yard line. That's Hayden Vidrickson with the catch. And close to first down yardage. Looks like he'll be about a yard shy. Mays 28, Bishop Carroll 21, 30 seconds left in the fourth quarter.
Oh my goodness.
Thanks to Joe Thrush, who is beside himself right now from Taco Prano. His son plays for Mays, as Mays is on top by 7 with under a minute left at Carroll. Kavanaugh keeps, runs, first down. That'll move the chains. How about that?
You know, Steve Martin predicted an upset in that game when I was with him earlier this week.
Now, we had a Hayes score moments ago. I think Hayes was involved in a close game. Is that right? Because I think the winner of that Carroll game would play the winner of the Hayes game, if I remember right. Shotgun snap here for Kavanaugh, and he's going to heave one deep down the near side. Has a man there, but it's overthrown and incomplete. Same guy again. That was Hayden Vidrickson, but it's overthrown, incomplete. How about that for a matchup if you're a radio guy? Mays and Hayes.
Mays and Hayes. Yeah. It would flow off the lips very quickly, very smoothly.
You have to listen close if you're a listener. Make sure you're hearing it right.
Well, what you end up saying is Indians and Eagles.
Yeah, that's
instead.
Probably true. Half a minute left. 2nd and 10. Salina Central trailing 66-21. Parker Kavanaugh out of the shotgun, throws near side, incomplete, and Salina Central might just say, you know what, let's call it a night. The clock will continue to run. They don't have to run another play.
And it looks like that's what they're doing. Team players are lining up for the handshake after the game. We're inside 10 to go.
Well, that'll do it. The Grizzlies come away with another one. Northwest is moving on. After an interesting start to this one, all Grizzlies from about the midway point of the second quarter on. It's a final. Northwest 66 and Salina Central 21. Now stay tuned for our 4 Points Insurance and Financial Services post-game show. You're listening to Grizzly Football, presented by Mel Hamilton Ford. Wow.
I want to hear that Carroll final. See if Carroll can come back with 30 seconds to go.
Hey, Shane, what's the Capon score? Do you have it?
37-14.
Every time you turn
5 minutes to go.
Okay, 37-14.
Well, we know we're playing Capon, which is what the players want. Well, I don't care about them.
You know, if you have a different, put it in the bag, you can still do it. It doesn't hurt to have two. I'll give mine and you give yours. There's no big deal about that.
I said it was the Heidebrecht interception. And I'm still going to say that. Okay. And you can say that the kickoff.
The recovery kick, yeah.
And for the Jim, what do you want?
The Phillips touchdown.
So do I. So we agree on that one.
Lance says it will be at Heights.
It will be at Heights.
That's per Lance.
That's just fine with me.
Yes.
Okay. How do you know that?
I just texted Lance.
Awesome. That's just great. You hear that, Shane?
Welcome back to Grizzly Stadium, where it's a final. Northwest 66 and the Salina Central Mustangs 21. This game started off back and forth. Salina Central actually issued the first punch with a quick 81-yard touchdown pass 2 plays into the game. The Grizzlies answered with the score, and then Heights came right back, Salina Central came back and answered right again, and it was game on, and the track meet had begun. But from that point on, about midway through the first quarter, Salina Central only scored one more time. And that was after Mark Marinelli had a huddle with the defense after that second Central touchdown of the night, and they just could muster not much more the entire night after that. In fact, in the second half, the Grizzlies got up by 45, which was their winning margin, meaning we got a running clock, something we really didn't think at the start of the game we'd see, and certainly not after the way this thing started. But the Grizzlies do get the win, 66-21. Northwest now is 8-2 on the season. Salina Central's season ends at 7-3. The winner of this game will play the Capon Crusaders. That game is not complete yet, but Capon is in command with under 5 minutes left against Mays South. Capon will be the opponent next week. It's a final from Bishop Carroll. Mays 28, Carroll 21. And Mays has knocked off Bishop Carroll, a team that knocked off Northwest to start the season. Carroll, but they are done. They were the number one team in the state for a little while, but they had their struggles late in the year. They lost to East a few weeks ago. They got a battle from Hutch last week, and they lose. Mays knocks off Carroll tonight. Boy,
They were lucky to beat Hutch last week. Very, very lucky to beat them in overtime. So
November football. How about that?
it's a whole new season.
That's right. Okay, we want to make sure you're aware of one other thing. This is our 4 Points Insurance and Financial Services post-game show, by the way. The Grizzlies will play Capon next week in that game. We've just confirmed from Northwest Director of Athletics Lance Deckinger will be at Heights. The game will not be at Capon. Capon will be the home team, but it's going to be played at Heights, which I think is good news for everybody who likes to watch a football game in comfort. Heights will be the place for next week's contest at 7 o'clock. All right, let's get to this one. 4 Points Insurance and Financial Services sponsors your Grizzly post-game show. It's that time of year again, the annual enrollment period for your Medicaid 2022 plan, and Chuck Yance and his staff can help you. Give them a call, 946-0721, 946-0721, Medicare. I believe I said Medicaid. Medicare. Give Chuck Yance a call, 946-0721 for your Medicare plan for the upcoming year. Spots are filling up fast. Well, Kevin, as we look back at this contest, the Grizzlies, again, I think the story, as much as we want to talk about their offense, this is yet another 60-point-plus outing. The defense, to me, is what turned this thing around, because we thought we were in for a track meet right out of the gate.
We were in a track meet right out of the gate, and you know, when I mentioned earlier that Mark Marinelli was holding court down here right in front of us with his defensive unit, they were making some adjustments, and they adjusted very, very well, because look at the scoreboard. One score the rest of the night for Salina Central. We had them totally handcuffed after that point.
And this is a Salina Central team that we talked about allowing less than 100 yards per game on the ground. Their defense pretty stingy when it came to stopping the run, and the Grizzlies didn't pay much attention to that. But L.J. Phillips right away, after the first Salina Central touchdown, had a run at the first of the game where he just ran away from everybody. And you knew right away that this was going to be a different animal that the Salina Central defense was going to face tonight.
Exactly, and a great run by L.J. Phillips, and a good night for him. Good night running for Jeremiah Moore as well. Between the two of them, they had nearly 300 yards.
In fact, that leads us to our gem of the game, brought to you by Christopher Daniels, Watch and Jewelry Repair. He's at the corner of Central and Tyler. If you are in the market for new jewelry, Christmas is coming up, a nice new watch, or repairing your jewelry or watch, stop by and see Christopher Daniels at the corner of Central and Tyler. He's right next to Jimmy's Egg. Well, Kevin, let's talk about the gem of the game, and it was that Phillips run. And why don't you elaborate a little bit more, because he turned the edge, and he was to the house from near midfield, but we knew it once he turned the corner.
Exactly, and that's all I can say. Once he got to the outside edge on the far side of the field and made his cut forward, he left everybody in the dust. There was nothing between him and the end zone except white paint on the field.
You talk about breakaway speed. When he gets to the edge like that and turns the corner, man, does he have it, and he just blows away everybody, and it's ridiculous.
He turns on the afterburners, and that's it. The race is over. So, great congratulations to L.J. Phillips on a great run. He had a great night running the ball, of course, throughout the evening.
All right, and it's also time now for our put-it-in-the-bag cleaners play of the game. The game that essentially put this one out of reach, and Kevin and I are going to each throw our own version of it. I'm going to go back to the second quarter, because the Grizzlies, in a close game, scored a touchdown, kicked the football away to Salina Central. They were only up 2 scores at that time, and if Central gets the ball and scores a touchdown, it's right back to a one-score game. Instead, the Grizzlies kicked a high, short kickoff that they end up recovering because they got a favorable bounce right back to them. And they turned that into 6 very, very quickly. And so all of a sudden, they went from up 2 scores to up 3 in the second quarter. And for me, that was my put-it-in-the-bag cleaners play of the game. That, by the way, brought to you by Kansas Vacuum Center at 9330 West Central, home of the Vacologists. Stop by and see Cliff. 9330 West Central. The Kansas Vacuum Center sponsors your put-it-in-the-bag cleaners play of the game. Kevin, your thoughts? I know you had a third quarter play that you also liked.
Well, I loved the pick 6 by Ben Heidebrecht. That, I mean, you could take a pin and pop a balloon and not deflate a team more than that play did. After that, it was lights out for Salina Central. You could tell they were demoralized on the field when they had to come right back out and they had given up yet another touchdown in the third quarter.
All right, so those are our versions of our put-it-in-the-bag cleaners play of the game. If you're out needing some cleaning done tomorrow, stop by and see Cliff. Again, Kansas Vacuum Center, 9330 West Central, the home of the Vacologist. Kansas Vacuum Center sponsors our put-it-in-the-bag cleaners play of the game. Well, the stage is set for the Grizzlies and Capon. It's the one that the Grizzlies were eyeballing as much as a couple of weeks ago when the brackets first came out. I know that fans were, and you and I were alike, Kevin, knowing that after 2 playoff wins for each team, that would be the matchup, and here we are. Next week it'll be.
And the best part about it is we're not playing it at Stryker, so you and I will not be standing outdoors with a PA speaker like 5 feet from us all night long and having to deal with a situation where we're in a place, Stryker that is a place that's just not good for football. It's not built for it. The press box facilities are terrible, and we don't want to sit here and badmouth another school's home field, but it's just a bad place for football, and I'm glad they moved the game.
Heights will be the location. I say we will be there. I will not. Sports Director Pat Strothman of ESPN Wichita 92.3 will be there along with Kevin to have the call of that one, and hopefully it will be another Grizzly victory. We know this. It will not be Bishop Carroll that will await the winner of next week's game. In case you just missed it, Carroll has gone down to Mays 28-21, a game that saw Carroll leading 14-0. You could kind of see this coming, though. Mays is probably a very much of a dark horse team in this area because of the Northwests and the Capons and the Carrolls, but Carroll has not been the same team in the last month.
No, they have not. They have struggled every time they've gone out there. Like I mentioned earlier, they were lucky to win. Pardon me, they were lucky to win last week in overtime when Hutch, instead of kicking a field goal in overtime, decided to go for it on 4th down and didn't make it, and that was it.
Well, enjoy Heights next week. Hopefully
I shall. We'll miss you next week.
Yeah, and hopefully there'll be another game after that, which I would be gone. If I call another game this year, it'll be in Pittsburgh.
Well, and as I told you earlier, I'll be happy to drive.
All right. Well, we'll see if we can make that journey to Pittsburgh. All right, we'll talk to you soon.
You bet.
All right, thanks to Kevin Arkin again joining me tonight. Or thanks to Michael Darcy back at the ESPN Wichita studios, punching the buttons, making this one possible. Now this is Steve Strain reminding you to join us for next week's contest, the Grizzlies and Capon, for a chance to move on in the Class 5A playoffs, one step closer to a trip to the state championship game. But it's a final from here. Once again, a final score, Northwest 66, Salina Central 21. Now from Grizzly Stadium, so long, everybody.
Alrighty then.
Great job.